everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sippin with Serpents, episode 20. We got some things switched up tonight. I was telling everybody all week. I had a guy from Puerto Rico. I hope I said that right. He was going to stop by, and we was going to talk about some laws and reptiles and all kind of different things about Puerto Rico. But supposedly there was a hurricane coming that way or something I don't really know. But we were lucky enough to get 3 guests for y'all tonight. Well, one guest is a duo. They're a couple. And then we got another guest. So we're going to shout out the first sponsor real quick. We're going to get them on stage, and then we're going to blast everybody's comments. If you ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and put this little QR code up here, everybody. I hope you've seen it. That's for GAPS Cocoa. All right. Go to www.gapsecosys.org. Get you some stuff and type TRIP5 for your discount code and receive 5% off first order. Tell them Sippin with Serpents sent ya. And look, all they got to do is hit that little QR code. It's super duper easy.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I made it super easy for them. Justin, it sounds like it's raining over there. You got some rain coming?
I was like, can you hear it? You can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, it sounds nice. It might serenade me to sleep.
Oh, hell. Well, I'll keep it.
You might need to turn it down. I'm just fucking. You might need to throw some females in, buddy. What are you doing? You sleeping?
No, I'll keep it muted here and there. When I go speak, I'll take it off.
It sounds like it's hailing with that fucking roof you got.
I know the snakes love it.
Oh, yeah, they love it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring out our first guest, the group, the duo.
What up?
It's Anonymous, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Super pumped to talk about some spiders and tarantulas.
Oh, heck yeah.
I've seen them on a couple shows here recently, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to learning some more. You know how I am about spiders, Justin. And tarantulas. I'm scared. I'm a little bitch about it. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it scares me.
You're getting there, though. You come real close to getting your spider. So
I've come this close, but I always back out, dude. I'm like, I just can't.
I feel like it's
maybe one day.
I'm sure there's one we can find for you.
I'll say Art and Jesse could definitely find you one for you.
Yeah, right? He was already talking about sending me one. I was like, I don't know, man.
Send him a little care package.
See?
Maybe after tonight. Maybe you got an hour and a half or a little more whenever to talk me into it.
Put some lotion on its skin.
Yeah, we can at some point we can see if any of them are in the mood to come out and say hi.
Yeah, I mean, no worries. Yeah, I know how spiders are. They don't never really want to come out. Every time I ask a spider person, can I see your teeth? They're like, no. Built a web on the door.
There's a few that we have worked with enough and we're comfortable enough with them that I know that I can pull them out and they wouldn't do anything unless I did something stupid, and then it would be my fault if they tag me or kick hairs on me or something.
You wouldn't die though. I've heard it's not that bad. You're not gonna die, right? I mean, yeah, so
it's like a bee sting.
Yeah.
Even I think a lot of the old world bites are kind of
overhyped.
Yeah.
Oh,
we know a few people that have been bit by stuff, and they said, it's localized swelling, redness. It hurts a little bit for a few hours, and then goes away. They usually take like a Tylenol, and they're good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of redness, we have another guest that I'm about to pop up. We got the ginger brother, James B. More Exotics. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
How are the gingers?
My face probably matches my hair right now, I'm sure.
We're all about embarrassment around here. I like to embarrass people. Hell yeah, it's good to have you. This is kind of a cool thing because y'all actually know each other in real life, and y'all meet up and bend together sometimes when it's convenient. And
then hang out.
Yeah,
we hang out.
I think word on the street is that you have spiders or tarantulas, right, James?
Yep. Yeah. Actually,
and they got you. They
started me down the rabbit hole.
There you go. There you go.
Like a year ago, right?
Yeah, like a year ago now, and now I went from they talked me into my first pink toe, and I think I'm up to like a couple different species now, 5 or 6.
Yeah, he was
Everybody is blue.
He just spent I think it was Monday. He spent the day here hanging out with us, and spent like 5-6 hours in the tarantula room, just going through and feeding. And he got to work with some really big arboreals and stuff that.
Oh yeah, that was
we'll get
fun.
to
That was fun.
Well, with that in mind, I'm going to change the subject about big tarantulas for a second, and we're going to get a shout out of the comments while I gather my thoughts. What's up, Ken? Good to see you.
What's up, brother Ken?
You got Brave. What's going on, big dog?
Here, I got you, Chuchi.
Thank you, baby. Now I can drink my beer.
Rhonda G, Tarantula Fairy. Come on, come on.
Welcome.
Some new faces.
Tastes like
Platinum
mango
Morris.
juice.
What's up, Plat?
What's up, Platinum? Good to see you.
Let's see, let's scroll on down here. I gotta get on down. You got Mariah. What's up, Mariah?
Blowing up. What's up, Mariah? Good to see you again.
Got Mitzi.
Rhonda G must be one of y'all's people. A tarantula.
The tarantula fairy.
Yeah.
As far as Erica, that's the plant guy. Tenzin or Kiko, he's our carnivorous plant friend. He's the one that runs the show that James was at
That
today.
I just did today.
Yep.
What's up? Thanks for hopping out.
Yeah,
Come
super
on.
cool show at a brewery.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's definitely laid back. Got a lot of people, especially that are nervous about snakes for the first time. They get a little bit of liquid courage in them, and they're like, yeah, I can hold the snake. This is cool. They're like,
cheers to liquid courage.
So you got to kind of watch them and maybe make sure they don't drop them at the same time, you know?
Yeah, it's really the kids, man. It was because it's a family place or whatever. So, you know, bring your kids and stuff if you come out. It's a good time. But, you know, the kids really are the best part. You know, they get so excited to handle an animal they don't usually get to. So,
yeah.
it's really
And
fun.
they can't drink as much. They only get cups this big. So,
Yeah, Virgin Mary.
I think we sold to our youngest customer their first spider at that show. We 3-year-old that fell in love with it, and his parents bought it,
That
to
tracks.
take care of it, and raise it for him until he was old enough to take care
What's
of
up,
it. Really
Courtney?
nice one too. They got him a nice female GBB,
Oh,
like
hell
a
yeah.
really nice spider.
up,
It was so cool to see them getting their little 3-year-old who was so into friggin' spiders, this cool tarantula, because the dad was a little nervous about it, and the mom was.
What's up, Hog Father?
The hog.
That's the hog nose dude right there. We actually did a show with him a while back. Y'all need to go hit that replay on that. That was a fun night, man.
He was
He's got
awesome.
some cool. He's got some badass hog nose, dude.
We've got a bunch of new tarantula faces out here today. Check it
Hell
out.
yeah, I'm loving it, dude. And that's the thing, you know, talk me into it, people. Here, y'all got every opportunity to talk me into it, Delelu. Delulu.
You know, as somebody who was actually pretty much in your shoes, I was kind of not really on board with it at first because, well, Ari and Jesse really talked my woman into it, and she kind of was, you know, the boss at the time. So she was like, "Hey, we're just bringing this pink toe home or whatever."
So I'm kind of in the same boat as you then, James. My old lady just showed up home with a bunch of them and is like, nah, look, I got 30, almost 40 of these things. What are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I guess I got to learn.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're not that bad. Like the more that I've been learning about them, and now like getting the couple of species that I have now, and just you know, checking them out, I'm not so nervous anymore. Especially because I had to do my first enclosure change kind of by myself, and I mean, Ari and Jesse definitely gave me some really good tips, especially using like the little sponge brushes, the little paint things. Those are great for moving them to and from, but also got a couple pieces of advice from Kat as well about shout out to Tarantula Cat?
Yeah.
Arachnicat, sorry.
Arachnicat.
Come on.
Redo. Shout out to Tarantula Care. What's up?
Arachnicat. Same thing.
Arachnicat.
Tarantula arachnid. Yeah.
But yeah, she also gave me some advice to make sure that I had like an inverted cup kind of ready on hand, just in case, like, because they like to climb. Most of the ones that I have are arboreal species. So just kind of having the cup inverted, and then, you know, if they try to run, they try to run upwards. So they run up into the cup, and then you just let it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very
my
simple
scary.
stuff.
That's the scariest part of it to me is them crawling out and me freaking out and not
So
knowing what to do.
they're
You know what I
fast,
mean?
and I was kind of in the same like nervousness. I was like, man, I don't know. Like, my nervous is not from me getting bit; it's more or less from me accidentally hurting them because I know they're like really super fragile. So I don't want to like, my natural instinct is to like cup it or like grab it, or you can't do that.
That's better than me. My natural instinct is to grab a shoe or a rolled up newspaper. I cannot lie to you.
The big thing is with the tarantulas, man. If they get out of the enclosure and they like run up the paintbrush and run up on your arm,
You just got to be calm.
Unless you're like feeding most of the time, they're not looking to like bite you or do anything. They're gonna run up. They're gonna realize that you're there, and they're either gonna run down or continue up and then stop.
They
and
just
try.
pause.
They just want to find somewhere dark to go and hide.
And see, I think that I understand that they don't want to bite me. I just think that I'm the type of person, regardless. Even if that's ingrained in my mind, I'm gonna throw my arm and throw that fucking thing off of me, and it's gonna kill it.
There's some keepers that have those reactions, and they don't handle their spiders. You don't have to handle your spiders.
Yeah, I don't think I want to.
The spiders don't benefit from it.
No.
I don't touch mine. They're very pretty to look at, but
we only handle a very, very select few species.
And it's typically like shows and
and
like that.
I mean, even when we first started, we were super jumpy. You got to build up to it. You got to get comfortable with them. And I mean, we've been doing this for a while, and we're still relatively new to the hobby as well, and we're learning, as we go as well from certain people. But I mean, you just gotta catch up. And a long time.
I've seen that. Yeah.
That was the easiest way to train for them. And the biggest thing I can tell anybody thinking about getting in the hobby is as long as you respect the spider and give it, the distance, and learn the body language of the spider, because they will exhibit very, very distinct body language to show you kind of how they're feeling and the mood they're in. And
I found that out the hard way recently.
You'll start
the
to learn.
Female that rushed out at me for trying to grab that molt out.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you're a lot more comfortable now. Working with these spiders.
Well,
she like bluffed me.
You work with some of these bigger spiders now, and you see that some of the ones that get bad raps, they're really not that bad. People just kind of. I think a lot of it is like people just making stuff on the internet because they want clickbait and people that click on their
It's kind of like you said, they always stop. To me, they have like a plan A, but they don't have a plan B. So they just go and then they stop, So as long as you're like kind of calm when they have that little jolt and just kind of wait, they're always going to stop, and you're like, all right, now how do I go approach this situation,
I've made mistakes. I remember my first time trying to handle a spider. Luckily, I was on the floor, like on a rug. It bolted, and my natural reaction was just to like fling my arm. So like I kind of flung my arm down, and it just landed on the rug. It was fine, and just kind of stood there like, what the hell just happened? And then I picked it back up and put it in the enclosure. Felt like an idiot, but I realized it wasn't that bad. It was that natural freak out, and I was like, okay, it just had that short burst, and then it stopped. It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to get used to them. You just over time you get used to them.
They're beautiful. I will say that you'll notice on my Instagram lately, within the past like 4 or 5 months, I've been posting a lot more, like sharing a lot more of my story. And there'll be like a purple or a blue or a green spot tarantula or something really crazy and colorful, and they'll have that close-up camera on its face, and it's like, I mean, look, I will say they are. I don't want to say I'm enamored by them, but I think that they're cool. They're cool to look at, and
they're amazing.
But like the thing is if you. Like I've noticed a lot of times I'll see people and it'll make a web on the door or on the lid or something, and at that point you have to interact with that spider. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, if I
not really,
and like you said, they're very delicate. you know, and I just feel like
if
you want to
you
hurt it.
plan your housings properly, and this is something you can learn very easily just by talking to breeders, experienced people in the hobby,
Watching videos.
Yeah, watching videos and just learning about those species, where they come from. And just because a species comes from, let's say, a good one is like the Caribbean, where it's friggin' humid as hell all the time. They're also up in the trees, so they have that humidity, but they have that breeze. So you gotta take that into account when you're setting up their enclosures. And just because something is arboreal and likes to web up high doesn't always mean front opening is better. Because for some of the arboreal stuff, a top opener works much, much better for us, because when they get spooked or something, or they have an issue, they'll dive down and hide, or they'll run in circles at the bottom of the enclosure. And if you have a front opener, they're going to try that, and they're going to bolt right out the front of the enclosure. So it's just stuff that you learn over time.
And you can get enclosures with both, with a top and a front. So if you ever got worried, you have the front or the top to go to.
So how long have y'all been keeping spiders, or just had your first pet spider? I guess how many years have you put into the?
Only a couple years. Like 5 years ago, I was terrified of spiders. I would have never imagined I was breeding them. But Kiko, the one who does the shows, I had mentioned that I thought jumping spiders were cute. So he thought, she must want one, and brought one to a show.
He found one on his windshield in the morning on the way to a show.
It's your pet now. And I was like,
a jumping spider's different, though. Let's be real.
So cool, but
they're totally different.
It broke that scare for her, and immediately she was like, "You know what? I want to try a tarantula." And when got a little tarantula, tried it out, and immediately we were hooked. I had grown up with exotic pets grown down in, I grew up in Miami, Florida. So, bugs are kind of they're everywhere down there. You just kind of grow up with them. So I was really chill with it. And then we did that for a while. And
then we met James, who sold us on snakes.
we traded him for our first snake. We got our first ball python from him. One of our favorite snakes. He actually comes over. When he comes over to the house, we take him out, and he gets to see him and stuff. He's such a cool snake, man. Yeah, he's such a cool snake. And then we got into snakes, and we started acquiring a bunch of snakes. And as we kept acquiring more snakes, we kept giving James more spiders, and
loading me up with spiders now.
Kyle too. We got Kyle into spiders. We gave him a few.
And Courtney is totally
there.
Kyle's a great dude, by the way. Right?
There's the whole big shout.
We sent Terrence some spiders. He got, I think we sent him 3 or 4 little spiders.
Alex said, "Did she come over?"
Absolutely.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Alex has all these spiders, and Justin, he's kind of like me, like a year ago. So he's kind of getting to that point to where he don't really give a shit, but he still don't want to fuck with it. But he has something. What is that spider that you have? That's like.
Bro, I rehoused that thing about 2 weeks ago. I rehoused a 6-eyed sand spider.
Oh, so you don't have it no more.
Nice, they're fast, man.
If you can do that, you can deal with anything.
I did it by myself.
Yeah, they're fast, dude. They're really.
I was sweating bullets. I ain't gonna lie, I was sweating bullets. I was definitely sweating bullets.
And Justin would always say, "I hate the spiders. I hate this shit." But then he'd be like, "That's my spider. That 6-eyed, 6-eyed. That's mine."
I don't ever have to touch it. I don't ever have to.
I remember.
I'm never pulling it out again.
I remember the first time that I rehoused a huntsman.
Oh,
and
my
it was,
God.
Man, you want to talk about fast? That thing was so quick; it did laps
Teleports
around the enclosure. and it was a little vial. I was trying to get it out, and at one point it was outside on the outside of the vial, and I was tapping at it to try and get it out, and I was like, why the hell is this thing not coming out? And I looked, and I'm like, oh, because it's outside of the vial, chilling right by my hand. Like,
that,
you know, it just was so quick, man. They were bang, and it. Oh man, it was nuts. We have some tarantulas that are pretty quick, but I still
teleport.
think those true spiders are faster than anything, man. They're so
crazy. So that's crazy.
My mercy's pretty damn quick too, man.
bro.
I'll tell you what actually freaks me out though. Out of the ones that Alex has, that like when I get close to the enclosure and it just goes crazy, is the GBB. Her
Yes.
GBB is freaking nutty. And it's
So-
quick, real quick. You know,
They're fun to feed though, man.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
They'll snatch that prey out of midair before it even touches the ground, bro.
They're fun.
Mhm.
That's
They grab
crazy.
it. As soon as that nubia is falling, they're like, mine.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, right? Like that
Speaking
sounds,
of,
y'all
they
are
just
making-
gave
y'all
me
ain't-
like
hey,
a
y'all
little
aren't
baby.
doing good trying to convince me to get a spider. I'm just saying.
You just got
The
a
little
GBB.
baby that I just rehoused. Yeah, it was like in a little. They gave it to me in a little like cup or whatever, and I had to play the game of rotate the cup because every time I would move my fingers around to try to rotate the cup to get the spider on the opposite side, he would chase my fingers.
Oh,
Like
that's
he
the
was like,
Chasmai.
Oh yeah.
The blue, the Chasmai, right?
yeah, dude, that thing is like he is crazy, but he eats so good. Like
Oh,
every
yeah,
time I
dude.
drop something in there, it's
I
done.
love those. They just Chasmai, they're like friggin' indestructible,
Yeah,
man.
Molly.
They're
Definitely
so
watching, you know, just because I like a lot of I love watching her with her tarantulas and just sitting back and seeing how she interacts with all of them. And that one definitely, I'm always like, all right, that one's crazy. Now, like the pink toes, all the arboreals, they seem pretty docile and pretty
That's
cool.
what I was looking at. A purple pink toe was the one that I was considering.
I will
We
say,
have them. You're in luck.
yep, pink toes
Yeah,
are always
dude,
good.
man.
You
Get
shouldn't
one.
have said that.
Get one. Get one, man. That's what I started with, man. They're just
Yeah, man.
sucking
You
me
want
into
the
a pink
green?
toe.
It's a purple pink toe you wanted, isn't it? A purple pink toe?
Yeah, purple pink toe, just because it looks so
Purple
cool.
pink toe.
It looked the
Yeah.
colors, right?
Beautiful.
They got.
But I heard people tell me that I shouldn't, and it's and that's why I want to get on real quick while we're talking about this. So, and I've heard this a lot, and this is what's hindered me. Because, okay, for instance, someone told me that a purple pink, I liked it, so I started talking to people. They say I wouldn't get that for your first spider, and then I go to a Daytona show or somewhere, and the dude's like, "Oh, a wolf spider is the best first spider."
Yeah,
And I'm like, no way, bro. Like they're terrifying. What are you talking about? And then you hear people that say,
I was
well,
trying to
no,
say
they
failure.
are a good spider. And I'm like, dude, what is the truth here? Like,
So it's all opinion. I guess it's just like with snakes. Like some people will tell you a ball python is what you should go with for your first snake. Someone else will tell you a colubrid because their care is easier. It's all relative, and I guess like what you have experience and comfort with. I think some people say like pink toes aren't a great first spider because they're a little more fragile, but
when they're tiny.
so when they're tiny, yes, people think that everybody preaches cross ventilation, and people think that means poking air holes in the cup. But if you have stagnant air in your room, those little holes do nothing. The air still isn't moving. You just need a little fan. Like we have fans sitting on our shelf back there. Exactly. So
that whole back wall is
my
avicularia,
favorites. Yeah.
and my salmopaeus. There's dwarf species on there, just stuff that needs a little bit more airflow and not as much stagnant air.
And that is true. They can be picky eaters as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes they take a little bit more care, but I always tell people the best first spider is like whatever you are interested in and comfortable with that you've done your research on. If you know what you're getting into with that pink toe and you have a support system, like you have someone you can reach out to, like, hey, this thing hasn't eaten for 2 weeks. What should I do? You're good. It'll be okay.
so that's what I heard a lot about the purple pink toe was that the it was kind of hard to take care of them.
They're not that bad. We went through a lot.
Yeah, it's just a learning. Yeah, it's just a
out.
learning thing. Airflow.
Anything else?
A little fan to
Exactly.
give them some airflow, And the biggest thing we learned with avicularia, I'll let you in on the secret.
Don't keep them too wet.
Yeah. Well, no, the big secret we learned was water dish.
Oh yeah.
They will not drink out of the substrate like some other species. They would rather die than drink out of the dirt.
Yeah.
So
hey, I don't like to drink my water with dirt in it either. So that might
put a water dish in every avicularia enclosure, I guarantee you.
And a fan.
And they'll be very happy because if they need that moisture bump or that little bit of humidity, they'll go to that. And then basically what we do is we water once a week in there, like a good, nice little humidity bump. And then Jesse comes in throughout the week, like once or twice, and just tops off water bowls. And they're happy. They get because you got to think they're from the Caribbean. They like the humidity, you know, but they're up in the the trees, climbing up high on trees.
So they're getting a breeze.
They're drinking out of a leaf, you know. They're drinking out of a leaf, you know. That's their own water bowl.
And people try to emulate the humidity that they're used to without taking into account that they do have that airplay.
It's not a wet. It's not necessarily a soaking wet humidity. It's in the air.
Exactly.
Well, and you're also you're doing this in a micro environment.
Yeah.
So you're not outside where the environment has all this open environment.
That's a great point.
You're in a very controlled small environment. So like it's like when I've watched documentaries about ball pythons and stuff, and they're like they've taken temperatures out in the wild in their burrow. It's like 100 degrees in the burrow, you know, with like 100% humidity. But I'm not going to do 100 degrees in my tank and 100% humidity at home because I'm going to cook my snake.
Well,
you know,
in nature they can dig deeper if they get cooler. And
they
That's
can.
what he's saying. We're not able to replicate outside. Essentially, like
so
more or less.
We just try and keep the room at a nice, even temperature. We try and keep the humidity in here pretty ambient at about 50%, 60%. And then we place the spiders in specific areas on the shelving. Yeah. So, higher up, it's warmer, down lower, it's cooler. And then we have stuff that's, near fans and stuff like that, depending on if they need airflow. But, I mean, as you can see, you can fit a lot into
I was gonna say I've seen her do this where like in the spider will go up to a little water driplet on the webbing and we'll just drink it and suck it up real quick.
Yep. So we'll do that.
That's pretty cool.
Once a week when we go in there, we'll go in and we'll spray the webbing down a little bit.
Especially if they just molted.
Oh hell yeah! Smart.
Yeah.
For those little squirt bottles you guys have for clutch and shit too.
They're the best, man.
Yeah, those are the straw bottles are dope. I see them right there.
Yeah, man.
Few ink bottles, yes.
These will be your best friend.
Yeah,
and
that's why I was saying everybody's saying that they put it in the webbing.
Yeah, you can get that into the corner, man.
These are the best, man. You can pop the corner just a tiny bit and then spray it into the corners for yourself.
That's what I use for my green soap for tattoos. So I got plenty of those. Yeah. I mean, I already got the stuff to do it. I guess I just have to do it.
Hey, you know what we use?
Yeah, man, that's all it is.
We use as water bowls for our tiny slings. We use tattoo.
There she is.
Yeah, for sure. No, that worked great.
And then as they get bigger, we just use like water bottle caps and like little plastic water dishes and stuff.
So you could use the ink cups that you put the ink in and put the water in.
That's what we do. Perfect. Yeah, we put them in the enclosures.
Yeah.
We like.
Well, I wouldn't want a small one. If I was over here, I want one that's like, well established. And I don't want to. I mean, I guess males don't live. Heard they don't live as long. They live like a year or some shit.
So that's not true. Oftentimes they'll live a year or so after they mature. But you have some like Grammostola where their whole lifespan can be, 10 years for a male.
Before it matures out, and then even after it matures,
on the
Grammostola, they've had Grammostola males after they've matured that have gone for like 3 to 5 years after they've matured.
But in general, males do live
shorter,
much shorter lives.
But I mean, you're talking like
do that. One of your males when I was over did that, right? There's one of them molted again, and you guys were like, "Oh, holy crap!"
He did this really weird thing where, so once a tarantula molts, it has its final molt and molts
Males.
for males. They'll have their final ultimate molt, and that's the molt where they'll hook out and they'll grow the emboli on their pedipalps or sexual organs. At that point, that's when they are able to produce the sperm web to create the sperm to pair with the female. Nope.
The ultimate molt.
Yep. And after that, their only goal is to pair. They'll wander. They'll stop eating and stuff and basically essentially wither after a while. Yeah. They only want to pair and that's it.
So what is Grammostola?
The Grammostola pulchra?
What is that? What's the dumbed down name for me?
Brazilian black. So that's the big black tarantulas that you see.
I only know common names too. Don't feel bad.
Oh, I don't feel bad about anything. Okay,
I'm the same way, James. Alex will go speaking Chinese to me, and I'm like, "Look, what's the normal name?" You know?
Yeah, just tell me the common name because that's all I'm gonna remember.
But we talked about this a lot. You have to know those scientific names.
Yeah.
You have to know.
You'll start going off with ball python, species
All
and stuff, and I'm like,
and stuff. I'm like,
I have no idea what any of that stuff means or how you figure it out or whatnot.
But Kat actually, Arachnid Cat, she taught me that if you learn if you learn the scientific names, it's easier because there's less scientific names of tarantulas than there are genes of ball pythons.
Oh yeah,
so
probably.
And if you don't learn the scientific name, you could say something, but that's not like there'll be like one species that has like 20 different scientific names.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like
different subspecies.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like in the tarantula world, it is kind of a must if you're wanting to nerd out on it. If you're just wanting a couple of them, but it's like Pokemon. They know the battles, they know the defenses, they know all of the scientific names. They are coming up, stopping it with it.
So we have our pulchra out here.
You want
to blow them up, Justin?
Yep.
Hold on.
No, you're good. Take your time. Trust me, take your time. I'm already nervous for you.
No, it's okay. He's a sweet boy.
Yeah, it looks so sweet.
Look at that.
I can see me cuddling up with that and taking a nap.
Man, it's not really as bad as you think or whatever. I was really nervous at first trying to hold them. It's not, once you get over that kind of fear of not knowing or whatever, it's just like the same thing with like any type of like animal like that you don't understand. It's not scary really anymore. Actually, I enjoy being around them. It's
well, you learn their behavior, right? I mean, you learn. It's just like you said, any animal, you pick up on those little things, and that doesn't look too terrible. But see,
when they go slow like that, that's okay, man. Some of the arboreals start, but they don't. Like they said, they don't go very far. It's usually just like a short, quick burst, and they're just like stop. So.
So that's a Grammostola or whatever you said?
Yep, that's the Brazilian black, or as Arachnid Cat likes to call them, the black lab tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are kind of like a black lab. Like they're just so typically calm, sweet, like very slow moving. This guy came out on his own. I poked his butt with a paintbrush. He kicked a couple hairs, and then he's like, "Okay, no, actually, I think I'll come out."
The hairs at me. He was like, "Oh, this guy's here."
Yeah.
Well, see, that doesn't look that bad, but I'm gonna be 100% real. I don't like the way it looks. If I'm gonna have a spider, I want something
colorful one.
Yeah, I want something gorgeous. That way, I can at least say I have a cool looking spider.
Most of the arboreal ones are, man. In my opinion,
the arboreals are going to be wild.
I got it. Hold on. I'm going to see if our big
being versicolors are wild as shit.
See, those look cool though, but I don't think I want one.
The little blue gummies. They look like little blue gummy bears as babies,
Yeah, man. That's why I got one. So I seen one at a show, and the vendor actually let me hold it. She walked it out and on my hand, and it was like this tiny little spider, but like about the size of a dime, and it was so calm and relaxed, and it was just blue. It was like it's somebody took a blueberry and just dyed it.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Super fuzzy. Yeah.
Well, when they get older, they turn different colors though, so they don't stay that blue always. They get like a maroon and like a kind of like greenish kind of color as they get older. And I mean, they look just as beautiful. Like honestly, I think they look better as an adult than they do as babies. And I love my little blueberry.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
they are
Okay.
very cute.
Hell yeah.
Come out, baby.
We
But
have
like I said, I like the colors, but if I'm gonna have something, it ain't gonna be no tarantula that looks like the common everyday scary
Exactly.
Sun
tarantula on a
tigers
movie.
dope.
that's
The
fair.
orange sun tigers dope.
Oh yeah, they are beautiful. That's what
Dude.
the one that came after you when you tried to steal its molt, James.
Yes. Oh my God. So the way that thing, it was so, the color was so saturated because I think it must have like just came out of the molt. The legs were so bright orange and beautiful, man. I would equate it to like it almost looks like the same coloration on like a bird feather, kind of how like that same color tone is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just it was beautiful. It was a little scary because it didn't like me taking the molt, but it was really
That's my
really
skin,
gorgeous.
dude. Someone make a lampshade out of it.
Is there an Avic you want me to grab?
It had a Hannibal moment. My skin.
Well, it was kind of my fault because like I knew the molt was kind of down in there, and they were both like, "Nah, you can just leave it. You don't have to worry about it if it's like too far down in there." And I'm just like, "Oh, I'm fucking brave. Like I got it." Yeah. And then as soon as I started raising it up, I must have accidentally touched it, and it just like leaped up to the front and put its legs right there. And I was like, "All right, cool. We're just gonna close this lid very slowly and chill."
Yeah.
Come on.
And Molly is right. The Chaco golden knees or poker peas,
Hey,
they
that
are
wasn't nice.
fiercely overrated. Now they are brown spiders, but we sold 5 of them today, I think, and every single one we were able to just pull out and handle, no problem.
Hey, babe.
They have like the most even temperament. Oh yeah, here if you want like a beautiful, colorful spider.
You'll have to grab the
Oh, here.
camera.
This has got me kind of excited, I gotta say.
Oh yeah,
hold on.
that's cool.
See, that's scary to me though, man.
Look at that
I
color.
think it's the reddish color.
That's a
I
sun
don't
tiger,
know.
right?
Oh man, that thing is
crazy. The last one was too black. This one's too red.
Dude, look, I'm telling you, I'm a bitch about it, dude.
Okay,
I'm like-
Goldilocks.
I'm like fucking Benny said, you know, I'm this big tattooed mean biker type guy,
With
and
all
I'm
these
terrified
snakes.
of little bitty spiders. Like seriously.
Oh, that is a sun tiger, isn't it?
No,
No.
that is a Davis Panama.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
that's a lava spider, and that's a female.
Oh, lava
It
spider.
is.
Okay, lava
The
spider.
Yeah.
orange
That's
sun
okay.
thing.
That's
looks
actually
weird.
dope
Very
as shit.
rare. That's a very rare, expensive girl right there.
Say the lava spider is actually really dope. Actually,
They
It's
are.
really cool.
Well, and look, I will say the orange circle, like in its hair, look kind of cool. But
Well, it gets orange with red flaming on it, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
With little
Oh,
red
dude,
flaming
you gotta
on
get
it.
a Darth Maul, man. They just hooked me
Yeah,
up
the
with one
Darth
of them.
Mauls
That
are
thing
cool.
is awesome.
Yeah,
We got some
they
big
are.
females, but I'm not holding
got a
that.
Darth Maul.
No,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not holding that. I'm not
it's
holding
half
the
black
Psalms.
and half
No,
red.
don't hold it. 'Cause it's called a Darth Maul. You're
I gotta
good.
ask
You don't-
though. So,
We're
have
not-
y'all gotten bit by one? And if
No.
you have, what's the worst one you gotten bit by?
We've never been bit.
Never?
Knock on wood.
See?
Never. No.
We're very
that, Nick?
careful. We're
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very careful about which ones we handle. We look at, like I said, look at their body language.
We've held some spicy spiders.
Because
We're
I mean,
just-
I've held a Psalm before. She came out of shipping and she was just really
Sweet.
relaxed, and I was
Iridid
like,
Palma we
yeah,
held.
came out on my hand. The Zerote is female.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the spider and its mood. I mean, they're not
They'll let you know.
they're not looking to they're more scared of you than you really are of them. They really don't want to mess with you. They kind of just want to be left alone, honestly. Like doing that stuff right there where we were just holding them, that's for our personal enjoyment. Like it's not, the spider doesn't get any personal enjoyment out of it.
Right.
It's something they like. But they, it's
Oh yeah, we could send him an OBT.
Yeah, I want something named Orange Bitey thing or whatever.
Oh shit, you already know.
I'm not an idiot. I'm a ginger. I know my fellow gingers, even if they're spiders. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm a big
fair
baboon
enough.
fan, so I am 100% for OBT.
And those scare me. I know what that is too, and those are fucking terrifying too. You ain't about to play me, homie. I know. So Will had a good question. I guess what are some really pretty purple tarantulas?
You have the Avicularia purpurea. You have
the Avicularia sp. Columbia.
It's purple.
Dominican
purple, which is Formictopus sp. Dominican purple. They get like 8-9 inches.
That?
They get pretty large. The Dominican purple. There's also the Gabonensis, Heterothilia gabonensis. It's a real dark purple with like gold piping.
They're a dwarf that gets like 2 inches.
Yeah, 2-inch baboon. It's super cool, man.
Very cool.
You said the magic word. Wow. If he wouldn't have said it's baboon anything, I probably would have been like, okay, cool. I'd like to look at that.
Exactly.
It's a 2-inch little baboon. They live inside. I think ours is in her. I'm not gonna take her out, but
and I'm gonna be honest. If I did get one, I would want
a
tarantula. If I'm getting a tarantula, I don't want a little one. I want something that's
want a big one.
bigger because I'd be scared of it getting out. And I feel like the bigger. I don't want no bird eater, but I'm saying, like the Home Alone. You know what I'm talking about? That size.
But I want a big one. That way, when it bites me, I'm really fucked over it.
It ain't gonna kill you. You ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die. It'll be all right.
I want one big, but not too big. I get it.
Yeah, I'm the Goldilocks.
I need to call an ambulance. What's gonna happen?
I want it in the middle.
There.
Okay, we'll blow you up. You got a Spidey? Let's see the Spidey.
We're not holding this one.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It's a no for me.
Is it shaking its butt, or is that you?
No, that's my hand. Micro movement.
Okay. I was like, damn, it's pissed.
It's hard to see it because it's so tiny.
Is that the purple with the gold you was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see the purple on its hairs.
That's a full size female.
Oh yeah,
right
the
there.
webbing is crazy.
Yeah, the webbing is nuts. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah.
That's not a big. I mean, that's not a very big enclosure.
No.
No, it's about the size of
like a handful.
Mm-hmm.
So that
was what got me hooked on it. They don't take no space, man. Just the tiny little enclosures for the most part.
That's a good thing about it, I guess.
I'll tell you another secret. There's breeders that keep their breeding collection and everything they work with in their closet. The spiders,
there's nothing wrong with that, I mean,
look, they have the light requirement is very, very, very low on them. I mean, some people believe they need a light cycle, but I mean, people have had very good luck just keeping them, in the dark.
No light cycle.
They go in there and look at them. As far as temperature wise, we've definitely noticed we kept them originally in our room when we first started, around 72 degrees. They did fine. It wasn't until we really started breeding that we started kind of bumping the temps up and built. We converted this room into a spider room for ourselves. But until then, we had been even early on breeding. We were still in the bedroom, using the bedroom to store everything. And we were fine. We got sacks and stuff like that. So, the spiders go through a range of temperatures depending on where they're from.
So
I was just talking to a friend about there's like a theory now on some Asian fossorial species that they think hibernate, that go into a catatonic state and literally hibernate during the winter. And it makes sense.
It does make sense. I was just about to say that. I mean, why wouldn't they? There's plenty of insects that do
they
that.
dig deep down. They dig down past the permafrost, area where it's warm and it stays warm under the soil, where a lot of like plant and seeds and like bug life lives. And they stay down there and they basically go to sleep during the winter because they're not going to catch anything anyway.
Well,
There's not
what
a lot of bugs moving around.
What do people think that bugs do where in like Michigan, or somewhere where it fucking snows foots of snow, and they go underground? They hide under logs. They go underground. They do everything they got to do, and they come back.
you know, a lot of these spiders do. You got to think a lot of these tarantulas and stuff like that. They come from areas that do get cold and can have some winters and stuff. And then you got ones that live, like in South America, they got ones that live at high elevation that get like it drops into like the 50s at night, and they live up there. You know,
Right.
So it's they are pretty amazing. You know, they can
like
live in
also
a
too-
wide environment.
I like also too, Ari, like you said before on a previous live that I was on with you guys, actually, you had said how you keep your arboreals more up top and your other ones on the lower of your rack, and I was like, see, that's genius. You know, that's actually pretty smart, especially if you have airflow, even the AC blowing in your room. The upper part of the room is going to get more of that airflow compared to the lower part. So.
And it stays warmer up higher.
Alex said, "Do a palm street. She'll buy everything you got tomorrow." And she's not kidding. She's not kidding. I'm just telling you.
Jesus, please don't.
Unfortunately, we have a show. We can't put any inventory up on Palm Street.
We do have a website. You can
just
shop for whatever you think Justin would like.
Well, I mean, she can just message us privately on the side, and we'll get her whatever.
Alex, there. Look, no, see, look. You got a new customer tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, so right now the website is off.
Because of the show.
Yeah, so we decided this finally that the only way we can really keep the inventory current on show weekends and stuff and not run into issues where we double sell something is to shut the website down.
I seen that shit today, and I was like, I was thinking, oh my God. They closing up shop. They said, fuck it. You know, I didn't never, because it says your logo and it says closed.
I know.
Or some shit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted people to see it because most of the time people don't read.
No, it grabbed my attention to read.
I was like, oh, let me just post this and maybe they'll actually like read what's there.
That's a little misleading.
It was a good attention grabber. No, you clickbaited the fuck out of me, bro. You did what you was planning. I promise you.
Yeah, so we decided we're gonna keep the website closed on days we do shows, and then we'll literally open the next day. We'll open the website up once we're able to get all the inventory current and stuff like that on the website, and make sure that we're not going to run into any issues with somebody ordering something that was actually sold or not in stock.
Velvets. I wish we had velvets.
Yeah, we don't really do a whole lot with true spiders in general. I'm kind of a true spider hater because they only live for like 2 years, and I'm kind of like,
velvet spiders.
So what does that mean? A true spider? What does that
That's
mean?
like your jumpers, black widows, and stuff like that.
Velvet spiders.
Well, honestly, I didn't care for the jumping spiders. Alex loved the jumping spiders, and I kept telling her, I was like, look, babe, there's got to be a point where you got to stop getting these things because they don't live that long.
Yeah.
You know, so you're just spending a bunch of money on these. I mean, I love them. I'm not hating on them. You know,
people spend a lot of money on them. I can catch them all day in my windowsill. And what are you talking
it's
about?
the point where you got a lot of
people pay. I think when we first started getting into the any arachnid hobby, we both bought
$50 jumper.
I bought $100 female jumper.
And then $50 for shipping.
Well, hell, if you do that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. I'll tell you. Holler at me, partner. Because I'm telling you right now, if I went in my windowsill, I swear to God, at any given time, in any given windowsill, right now probably, I could probably go in there, pull my window up, and pull out a jumping spider.
I got wolf spiders.
You know what I'm saying? True spiders don't have
just go into the jumping spiders.
That is true.
I got black widows all around my house.
Yeah, man, I just let the wolf spiders just run the back porch at this point. They just keep all the bugs out anyway. That's where the dogs kind of run out. And usually when I open the door, something comes in. Then wolf spiders, man.
I love them.
We just had a big daddy long legs in the bathroom we were saying hi to.
Oh,
yeah.
They're our friends. We let them free roam around the house, and we got Jesse.
I put plants in the bathroom for the babies.
Jesse feeds all the spiders out in the yard in the garden.
I take little doobies.
I spray my house with a set the sides every 6 months.
I do the opposite. I'm like, here, come to our house.
No, y'all can't do it, right? And a matter of fact, like Justin, like people that breed snakes, they use hot shots around their rooms and shit.
Yeah,
You can't do
And
that.
like he's not even allowed to have any kind of insect in that room,
Oh,
like not no spider or anything.
Not here, not my snake
Yeah,
building.
not in the
She has-
snake house because
She
it'll
has
kill 'em,
inside
apparently.
dedicated
You know
a whole
all
room
about it.
dedicated inside to her spiders. So she has a
Yeah.
whole
Yeah, I was about to
spider
say
room.
mine are on the middle floor. I got my snake room has a hot shots, and then all the way upstairs where the flies usually end up in the middle of the summer has a hot shot, but the middle
We,
floor is good.
You pretty much see it here. This is my whole little shebang here.
Yeah, it looks
Are
great.
hog
you
noses
know.
sensitive to them or no? I know hog noses are like a lot more sensitive than like a lot of other colubrids or ball pythons. Or can you use that type of stuff around them?
Sensitive to the hog noses.
No,
Yeah, I
are
don't know.
hog noses sensitive to using
hot
like
shot?
Hot shot,
shots
yeah.
and stuff
I
like
don't
that?
think so.
No?
No.
Okay.
I
I
have
mean, I got
hog
mine in
nose.
my
I have
room with my hog nose.
I have
and, you know.
milk snakes in here, king snakes in here, hog nose in here, ball pythons in here.
Yeah.
Like they're all. It's just for insects. And I can tell you what, what's kind of nice, like when you get the poopy and you get those little gnat flies and when you're on poopy, they don't come in here. I don't get that. I don't worry about that.
That
You know,
was-
or if a fly
He said poopy.
you know,
Oh,
or
there's-
shit,
Them
you
throw a
know,
little shit.
but if you get a fly that comes to the door, and 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna. By the time I come back in this building, if I walked out and came back in, they would be gone.
It's just
Oh,
spicy
hell yeah.
little.
A little
Right.
hog.
Oh, look, we're doing
Hey,
some snake
Cobra.
and tail. This is a sipping with serpents.
He's a cobra.
Oh, James.
Yeah, he thinks he is.
They're
Look
so
at 'em.
dramatic, you know. I love them. They're so
Drama
they have so much
queens.
personality.
We named him because that's what he does. See? He keeps bluffing me. He's so cute.
So what is that? What genes is that?
Yeah, James.
Man, what is he? I think he's just
It's a conda, right?
Conda,
Definitely
yeah, he's a Conda Het Toffee, I think, or
yeah, I was gonna say he's toffee. I thought you said, which is awesome.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
That's a nice gene.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah, hog noses. When I went to Justin's, I fell in love with them. You know, Sean's hogs over there, fucking.
Yeah, they're
He's
sick.
got some with like red and shit, and I'm
Oh,
just
man.
like, oh my god, bro, it's fucking insane.
They are.
Gingy, show us your favorite snake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He should. I had
You
him at
gotta
the
see
show
some
today.
snakes on the snake show.
Come on. Tell him, Art.
Snake he has.
Who?
I know who he's about.
What is that? Is that a carpet?
Yeah, this
Let's
is
go.
the sweetest snake in the world.
We love him. Yep.
Is that a jungle?
He's getting in there.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so awesome, man.
So what's all in that one?
So he's a jungle carpet. He comes from Mike Curtin. He's a breeder out of New Jersey. He's from the Scattershot line. So he was from Scattershot to I think Delilah
Okay.
is her name. But he is the sweetest boy. If you can't tell, this is my bud.
Let's go.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
so
every-
cool, man.
He's what got me hooked.
Yeah.
Coming. I got the first one I'm having will come in Tuesday. It's a I'm not trying to figure out how you pronounce that. Pop-on carpet.
Poplin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, poplins are gorgeous, man. They usually have like a higher orange and yellow in them. I love them.
Yep. Actually got it from Kyle. Shout out to Kyle Markham.
Now
Oh,
grab
there
your
you
spicy
go.
dude.
I found James spends a lot of time with his snakes. Every single snake he has on the table, like if you touch it, it doesn't flinch. It's like they're used to being handled.
Mhm.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
bull python we got from him is not head shy. Like you can literally pet its head, rub its chin, it's fine. Our
what I
7-year-old handles that
Yeah,
snake.
we let our
Yeah.
That's what I want next is a jungle,
Yeah.
but I kind of want a jungle jag.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
Jags
yeah.
are where it's at. That's the ones I like.
Yeah.
So this one is she stopped screaming. Come on, look at the table. This one is an ivory. She comes from Jason Balin.
She's pretty.
See, that's pretty as fuck, dude. Holy
That is.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the
gorgeous.
black in that
I'm
thing.
telling you,
man.
Yeah, she's black and white basically. It's kind of hard to see, but
You just
So
got
you
to
don't
work with
ever-
them a lot, man. That's the biggest thing to get them to where they, don't mind being handled like that. Just got to work with them a lot. They can
yeah,
be
I can
pretty-
do. I can. I'm working with the green tree right now to try to get the green tree tamed so that I can take the green tree out and just like do stuff with her.
That'll be
So what's your plan with the carpets? You said you got a green tree. Are you trying to do it a carpondro, or are you just gonna stick with the carpets and breed them the way you want to, or what?
Yeah, I'll probably wind up doing the Frankenstein thing that people don't like.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what we've been talking about that a lot lately.
That's why I got
And
my
we
carpet.
actually, who was the guy y'all had on the LMK show?
It was Matt. He makes the I believe yes, Matt, and he makes the
Burn balls. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
those are cool.
And he was saying a lot of good information about hybrids and where the market's going about stuff like that. You should check that out.
And that's what I'm trying to do is a carpet ball. I'm gonna try to do a carpet ball. That's what my whole goal is.
Wait, you can
Yeah,
do
no, that's the goal. I want to do car
heavy
balls,
and
but I want to do banana car balls. Like it
That's
needs
right.
to be the shape of a carpet python, but I want the color palette of a banana.
Banana. See, look at that.
And you know, I don't think this is the thing with
I've seen
hybridization.
somebody
You
produce
said
them.
it is down the front in a lot of other things, and I think it used to be, and it was kind of crazy. I could say since I've gone into it and gotten in some chats, there's some guys that I never thought that were actually involved in doing this that are doing this. And I think it's because of the rep and because of the situation behind it. But I think now since time has gone on and now we're so advanced in this hobby and stuff like that, like it's more be honest. Like the main people I think it's gonna be the problem with is a person that comes out and doesn't tell you that it's a hybrid. It says, "Oh, this is just a ball python," or "Oh, this is this," or we have a guy that's like, "Oh, this is a new gene I came up with in a ball python," and you know, guys,
man,
well, it's not. You know, it's mixed with something else. You know, that's where the whole problem to me. If you're honest and you're showing your projects of what you're doing and you're honest with the whole situation, I don't think it would be such a big problem. You know, there's to an extent to it. I feel like
No, there's not a problem as long as you do it ethically.
with it, you know, on a certain level for sure.
I mean,
No, I agree. But even if it was a problem, fuck it.
Yeah, don't people do the
Gabinos, that's like a popular hybrid. So are there any health risks or any concerns with hybridizing two different?
And that's the thing. It's not even about really health. It's about people's egos. In my opinion, it's about egos, and it's about people don't like it in a lot of sectors, like gargoyle geckos and crested geckos. If a lot of breeders, if they sell you that fucking crested or that gargoyle or whatever, then and they're going to ask you, what are you going to crossbreed this? Are you going? And if you say they will not sell it. It's like retics and locals. Like retic breeders, they frown upon mixing locals, and it's just all about a lot of ego and a lot of money because people invest a lot of money.
And keeping lines pure, like that Will just said. But to me, keeping lines pure, there's so much out there now. Look at ball pythons. There's no. They're keeping lines pure by ball pythons. Well, that's already you know. There's so much out there. You can't do
like
it.
Jesse said, as long as there's no ethical health risks involved, then it's not an issue. It shouldn't.
I mean, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens out in the wild.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm sure, like out in the wild, like you know, I'm sure somewhere out there's some hybrid tarantula, you know, that was born, you know, out in the wild. It's just inevitable. That's how new species are created.
That's a big argument with Mammalia.
I know.
You're right about that, James.
Yeah, I you know, but like the snake thing, I've seen some of the hybrid snakes. They look pretty cool. I guess if there's no health risk to the snake doesn't have any health issues from it. Then I mean, who really cares if it's just going to be something in the hobby? I think the biggest thing is just making sure they don't end up out in the wild like somebody.
And I will say a lot of hybrids, you can't breed it. Like there are hybrids out there that if you breed it together and make that hybrid, it's like a dead market. There's no market. Like you're not breeding. If you want to do this certain one, you're not going to buy those already hybridized, is what I'm saying. Because like he said, they're sterile in a sense. They're not going to produce hybrids. To get a hybrid of anything, really, I feel like you would. It's just like the hybrid rattlesnakes, like cane breaks and all that different shit. You cannot breed. They say you can't breed like a cane break or whatever that fucking there's like a fucking crossbreed of rattlesnakes. It's canebrake and something else or whatever.
Mhm.
But if you can't take that and breed it back to another one and get canebrake, whatever, it just will
Gotcha.
never happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. They don't carry the
So I
genes.
don't know why people would get mad about it in that sense. I mean, basically the people that are buying them are for pets.
Exactly.
So why does it matter? When you buy a
Yeah,
French
that's all we would
bulldog,
ever would be pets.
well, you know, they'll buy a French bulldog. I have a French bulldog. Justin has a French bulldog. What I'm saying is that
But
we buy those animals and people make fortunes off of them animals.
Mhm.
And
That's
those
a
animals have
man-made
every
dog.
health problem in the fucking world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they still do it. And it's not frowned upon like a
Look,
fucking.
sell them things for 50K, 60K sometimes, you know.
Oh, bro, I've seen a
$120,000
$120,000 French bulldog at the show we went to, and I was thinking, who in the fuck? And then as soon as I
People
thought
with too
that,
much money.
this fucking dude come up balling, looked like a fucking there's a better word, but he looked like a pimp daddy, like he had money, you know what I'm saying? He was beat up, you know what I mean?
750K on his.
Yeah, dude, he went and bought that bitch,
Yeah.
paid cash, and I was like, well, what? Well,
I'll take it. Almost $1 million dog. Almost $1 million dog.
It's crazy, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine was 700, and it ain't even nothing. It's just a regular old little Brindle.
Mine's a pain in my ass. It cost me money.
That's kind of a big thing that we push. Like one of our big pushes that we work with in the hobby and like working with other breeders is trying to make these tarantulas more affordable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
More
nobody should be
accessible.
spending
200,
200,
Well, they should be. You're having
on a
hundreds of
quarter-inch
babies.
tiny tarantula.
I can tell you, that's those T. Saladonias. Those T. Saladonias, that shit is crazy to me. And I don't even know my old lady. I know she's hearing me because she's bought them too. But them price tags, I'm like, wow. First,
Yeah, I think they're really overpriced. They're very
not,
difficult to
though.
care for. But the thing is they're extremely difficult to breed.
And
Yep.
when you actually get a sack,
They're
if
tiny.
you actually if they make it, there are only a couple.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
And they're from Brazil, and you can't import from Brazil. So what we
Oh,
have
right.
now is all
They
the
can't-
jabs
niche.
that's hard
It's a
to
niche.
And they
breed.
can't import stuff from Europe. That's from Brazil either. It can't
Yeah.
come
Really?
into the States.
Really? How do they know?
Can't do
How would they
the
even know?
3-stop to make it here no more. You can't make the roundabout here no more.
Right.
It's the
So-
same. It's way stricter than like CITES is. You know,
Yep.
CITES is still pretty strict too.
Yeah.
But the thing
Mhm.
is like CITES, they've made like actual breeding facilities where they'll sell this stuff now to like people here in the States that have like legal import licenses and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So there's legal ways, I mean, easy ways to get this stuff, and like that's one of the big things is you can get spiders really cheap. You can buy them wild caught, but they come with a whole list of problems. A, B, it's a spider that you're taking out of its natural environment.
Which is
It's
just
gonna be
most-
feisty.
Get out.
Most of them are adults, so they've like let's say like the Gramistola pulchripes that you see all the time, the
that
Chacos,
take 10 years to
or the
mature.
Samanis, they take 10 to 12 years, to mature,
Yeah.
and get to that size, and then they're being sold for a couple bucks on a table because they've been ripped out of the wild,
Mhm.
put in a cup.
Which destroys the ecosystem where
Oh
they're
yeah.
That-
it's
you
just
know,
that
unethical.
part.
To get put on a table to be sold for cheap,
Yeah.
and then you take that spider home and it can have parasites, it can have mites. It
Oh,
can
it's
have
probably
nematodes.
most likely having parasites. If it's
It can.
Exactly.
We've had people that buy wild caught stuff
From like
and-
PetSmart.
Yep, or
'Cause
even,
they don't
or even a
realize
vendor,
it.
even a vendor on the
Really?
show,
Yeah.
and they'll contact
That's
us
really?
like a few weeks later and be like,
We have an egg
"Oh, hey,
sac.
we our spider laid an egg sack."
oh my god, I'd be in there with Raid.
This is the endinovirus.
So you said you think that tarantulas and spiders should be more affordable,
Yeah.
and I was hitting on, well, yeah, they should be, just like how retics should be more affordable because they have so many fucking babies.
Yeah,
Like if you think about if a spider has, let's just say on a low end has 60 babies or 50 babies, right?
Mhm.
If half of them survive, that's 25 babies, right? So, but these people that are breeding them ain't just breeding one. They probably are breeding fucking 20 of the same kind of spider, but then they're selling them for hundreds of dollars a piece. Now, you breed spiders, and my question to that is, I don't, really know how to ask it without sounding weird, but like, what do you think happens? And I'm not talking about like overstock, because obviously people are going to sell overstock to pet stores and whatnot. But the people that don't do that, how do you think they're moving their animals? Like, what's platform?
Vendors and breeders like us.
They wholesale to us.
So it's a buyer's market, I guess, in the sense that it's just like ball pythons. Let's be real.
It's a very tight.
We're selling to breeders. When you have $100 or a $500 up snake, 9 times out of 10, actually 10, I would say 9.999% of the time, they're breeders. Right?
Yeah, so it's definitely not somebody like I'm about to drop $1,000 on a pet. Like,
no. Every once in a while they might, but like,
sometimes.
Like,
in the hobby, though, there are people who will drop $300-$400 on a spider to keep it as a pet. Because I'm sure it's the same with snakes. Like, if you're buying a breeder, you're most likely not paying retail prices what someone at a pet store or someone like at a show would buy. You're going to get a better deal for that breeder, but you're still going to pay, a decent amount for it. But yeah, people will wholesale them out. And it's messed up because, we'll see what people are getting things for in the hobby, and they sell them for triple, quadruple sometimes, and it's just senseless. It's gatekeeping.
There's a lot of
gatekeeping, 100%.
We see it a lot with even other breeders. So what they'll do when you're getting into the hobby, like you're curious about breeding, you ask for advice, and we've had people tell us like, you need to buy this book and you need to research, then you need to cross-research their natural habitat and emulate that perfectly to get them to drop. And they make it seem like this crazy, complicated process, which is gatekeeping in itself because it's not really that complicated.
They're trying to make it seem like it is.
They're trying to make it seem like it's so complicated. So you need them. You can't do it on your own. And you're, constantly indebted to them. When if you're interested and you want to breed, you can, it's not that hard. You do have to emulate their conditions to an extent, of course, but you can search on Google for an hour or two, watch some videos, go into a room, figure it out. It's not that complicated to breed spiders.
There's enough research out there.
There is.
You can sign up for free. You can make an account with the World Spider Catalog, and you can literally research every known tarantula species on there, and you can go read the taxonomical papers on them, where they found them, the specimens they found, how they found them.
Well,
so we go on there a lot. We use Tarantopedia, which is another good, really, strong one. We go on there and research stuff when we need to research things. A lot of just like looking up their natural habitats, where they come from, and looking up the weather conditions that are
the months that they
currently
happening.
Can you say that website? I knew she was going to come in saying, "Wait, what?" Can you say
Tarantopedia?
And the one before that,
World Spider Catalog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the Bible. That has
that's the one that she's gonna like is the catalog.
But you have to be a member with them and sign up to be able to read like the PDFs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, the biggest thing is just find the right group, the right people to talk to. Once you find the right hobbyists and the right people with the same mindset,
people are willing to like share.
Aria, Jesse,
right?
People that are willing to brainwash
you guys.
Travis Miles from Chaotic Inverts, good friend of ours. He's in he's up in Illinois, I think.
Near Chicago.
Near Chicago.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. He's helped us with tons of stuff. We still message him and call him when we need help with things because we have questions. He's been amazing. Caleb Kinchlow, he's a newer breeder on the scene in Oklahoma, a really good friend of ours, but he's got long time at keeping exotic pets and stuff. He's really knowledgeable. Also, he works with Travis a lot. And these are just breeders that are out there.
People.
They're just having fun, breeding tarantulas, going to shows and selling them. We're, the three of us, we're not in it to make. I mean, we got to make some money for the business to be able to support itself. But we're doing it. We're doing it because it's a passion project. We enjoy it. We have like a goal in mind, which is the sustainability of the hobby. Trying to break away from the wild caught poaching of these spiders and just getting these spiders for cheap when you can get something that's been captive bred. It's healthier. It's only lived in captivity, and you're leaving the environment alone, man.
Exactly.
Like, you can get these spiders at really good prices, and if enough people stop buying the wild caught, more people will start breeding, and you'll create like what Europe has, which these huge breeding programs that have gone for years, and they have all these species over there.
That's sick.
That's what I was gonna say. I was talking about it earlier.
Something like that
I watched, they're always overseas in like Europe.
They're so well organized over there, man.
Why hasn't somebody yet though really done a breeding program like you guys? Like, y'all already know about it. Like, that'd be dope if somebody did, because I mean, new breeders and new people out there would hop on that train and be like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah, we're always happy to teach people how to breed.
See?
I mean, I just told James, I was like, man, anytime you want to come over, we'll pull out some spiders. I'll let you get the male out and get them into the enclosure and walk you through. Honestly. Yeah, I mean,
you guys should.
About going live one night and just showing us, breeding some spiders and stuff like that. It's fun, man. We have a
look. Okay, baby steps. I ain't trying to breed these motherfuckers. I just think that and that's why I like to have people like this on, and because I am scared of them. But I feel like the more you talk about it, the better anything is. Exactly. Anything. But the more you see of it, the more you talk about it, it makes it a little bit easier to take that jump off the cliff. You know what I mean? But
I mean, it's all relative as well. Like, we have a spicy snake, and I am still scared to reach my hand in that enclosure and grab her.
We're both giant pussies about getting bit by a snake.
Yes,
the pine snake.
Hey, it hurts, man. It does hurt. I mean, it ain't.
No, it's not that bad.
You get bit by a 1,000 gram, 3,500 gram female, and she's pissed off. That shit hurts, bro.
I got whacked by a 10-foot carpet in the face.
Well, that probably hurt, bro.
That hurt.
No, not really. Honestly, it really wasn't. I swear, it really wasn't that bad. It's no different than if I would have got bit in like the hand. Honestly, it was not bad.
Hold on and like wrap around your head, like
no.
I think we were talking to him, and she just went pow and smacked him in the side of the head, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I like rolled my eye around, make sure she didn't like get me in the eye, and it was good. So I was like, it wasn't that bad. It was really just honestly the ball python bite. I think has been worse before.
Ball pythons hurt when they get you good. Like if they get you good, they'll bruise you.
But I can say she put some power behind that. I thought I was gonna have a black eye. Like it was almost the equivalent of getting hit with like little slugger bat. Like she was like whack. I was like, damn.
I've heard those snakes are really like in the cage. You have to watch out opening because they like to come out.
Yeah, I tap train her. She every time I plan to take her out or whatever, I like to tap her before I grab her out, and I kind of like not push her but kind of shoo her head away and then grab her from like the mid part of her body. I never grab her by like her neck or her tail or anything like that. I just give her a common respect and just kind of take her out gently, and then usually once she's come out she's really cool about it. So she was not happy with me that day. I kind of just like confidently picked her up out of the enclosure and then just kind of took her outside, and she went from my cool basement to it was like 80 something outside. And she was just like, I just woke up. She was in a tight coil. She just turned and looked at me funny, and she was like, yeah, this is not cool.
Hey, sometimes it be like that, man, especially the females. They like to whack it.
Yeah, man, I'm like holding her in one hand. My woman's like looking at me like, holy shit, like what do I do? And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like she just let me know that she didn't appreciate the way that I just took her outside like that, and she was cool after that.
Right.
I see you got a lot of snake racks behind you. I'm about to throw this sponsor video out real quick. But I know you've heard of Vision racks.
Oh yeah, of course.
Caging, hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna give a shout out to Mark and the team down at Vision real quick, and we'll get back into it.
Vision Products has developed the slotted stainless steel Versa Rack, the best rack at the best price. The slotted stainless steel Versa Rack allows you to place multiple overhead light and heat sources above your breeding tubs. Couple this with optional Vision heat cables to also provide an underbelly heat source. Each pin of the rack design, making it modular, affordable, and easy to assemble. This design avoids expensive welding, yet maintains rigid strength and durability. Countless hours of design and prototyping led to the perfect end plate design to make the rack strong, easy to assemble, and keep manufacturing and shipping costs low.
Everybody go to www.visionproducts.us. But you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it really easy for everybody out there. You don't even got to do that. Like you don't even got to sit there and type it in, blah blah blah. Hit the freaking that right there. Just scan that. It will literally wow. I think the first image you're gonna see is a ultra rodent rack, maybe, or a cool ass Versa rack, or something cool like that they're coming out with. But and I also really quick, I got to shout this out. The RWO broadcast is coming out with a new show. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be on Blue Zombie Morph's channel. And I know all of y'all are hit the bell for him already in the chat. But if you don't mind, look out for this show. It's going to be him and our homie Will from the Python Portal. And it starts this Halloween. It's called Gene Wars. Don't miss it. Halloween contest.
There's gonna be a little Halloween contest on Halloween too. I think
costume.
Sure yet, don't hold me to it, but he might be letting other breeders sign up to get a chance to get in on the contest. So we're gonna see.
Head up Vance at Blue Zombie Morse. Fill up his DMs, everybody. Tell him Nick with 666 sent you. Love it. Hell yeah. Well, no, I really like the spider talk. So, but I kind of want to touch base on a couple quick things. You said y'all have snakes, right? So what do y'all keep, and do y'all breed them, or so what is it? Like you keep like mainly balls, or
we got a mix of stuff, mostly colubrids. We got a pretty even mix of different snakes. We bought a hognose female. I got Jessie for her for Christmas. I got her a female snow albino.
I think it's like a.
I knew you were gonna say snow. I knew you were gonna say that.
But and then we had a het for snow. And
Male,
unfortunately, that one and another one that we had ended up testing positive for crypto. So at that point, we just shut down any chance of breeding. We don't bring any new snakes in the house. Nothing. Everybody is what we have, and that's it. We feel that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the snake that tested positive the first time was my favorite snake. Was the speckled cane snake.
Oh shit!
Had it euthanized. I mean, you didn't fuck around.
Yeah, no, I had him for about a month, and then he regurged and stopped eating, and I was like,
we didn't know what was wrong with
so
them.
I took him. We have Seeds, I think is what it's called out here. It's like a exotic animal hospital. The guy's written, James probably knows. The guy's written like literature, medical books for veterinary schools and stuff on exotic
Hell
pets.
yeah.
So that's where we took them. They tested them right away.
I will say, speaking on that, we talked about that when we had JMG Reptiles, the hog guy, and he was on it. He was talking about it, and I actually had a buddy that had it. He had it running through his crested gecko collection. And I mean, it's a scary ass thing, but I will say, especially, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like every time I hear about crypto, it's with hognose. Like hognose, I feel have a very high rate of having it, and
snakes also have a high rate of crypto.
I didn't know that.
But there's a snake and there's a lizard crypto, so there's that too. So there's two different
Cryptosporidium serpensis, and I think the other one is
it's Nido. I believe with the lizards, it's Nido.
Yeah, and they're not transferable to each other with other animals. But I mean, it's
devastating.
It's
to
a lot of
yeah, it is, and that's what I was saying. If you have a hognose collection, or you buy a lot of animals, and I'm not going to get into why I'm saying this, but I've just done some research. If you buy animals out of the Midwest, like crested geckos, hognoses, any kind of colubrids, or any balls, any pythons, anything you buy, if you think you have a scare of it, they sell the little tests online, and they're I think my buddy found them for $25 a piece.
Yep, $25. It's through RAV, I think is the name of the company. RAV Labs or something.
It's well worth it.
I know, like bearded dragon.
You can do a fecal swab and send them in a fecal swab. Yeah. The unfortunate part with that, though, is crypto is very hard. Yeah. You get multiple negatives, or you can get multiple false positives, so that's the hard part. It's really hard to catch it until it's already happened. Well, but yeah, we have those two hog noses. We have the ball python from James that we love. That's
just one.
Just one, yep.
Yeah, it's just one.
Damn, James, they hook, line, and sinkered your ass on the spiders, but you gotta move that shit over there, bro.
Yeah, we wish if we didn't have the crypto. I'm sure.
No, hey, I 100% agree with your decision to do that, because that is a scary fucking.
No, I have a 4x2x2 that we had that king snake in. And I don't have the heart to throw it away, so I'm not going to use it for a snake or any type of reptile. I'm planning to build a 125-gallon bioactive vampire crab tank with it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, because then that way it still gets used, and
here's a link if anybody in the chat wanted to click it.
That DNA, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
The ones we have are we have a red hypo. Is that what he is, or a hypo red? I don't know. The bull snake.
The hypo red.
Yeah, hypo red, dude. He's awesome.
Come on,
I love that snake.
Yes.
We have Mexican black king snake, because I really like king snakes. Are kind of one of my favorites.
MBKs are my favorite.
Awesome.
I love them.
She's
and then
so sweet.
we have a corn snake that has one eye, called One-Eyed Willie.
Someone into it.
Yep,
that's what I named my one-eyed snake too.
Yeah, he was at a show. My son absolutely loves them.
Yeah.
And then we have a sunbeam that we've kept alive for about a year
really?
now. Oh,
yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got it eaten. We've caught it out at night, just searching the enclosure and stuff.
Those are really cool.
We're pretty proud of that one, because they're hard to keep in captivity long term.
But they are very cool looking snakes.
They are. I don't handle mine. I just kind of hey, when I get to see it, I get to see it.
Exactly.
And I'm happy. I don't want to stress it out. And then we have our meanest snake in the entire collection, which is the leucistic southern pine snake, who terrifies
that thing's
I think it's the leucistic. I think that's it, because my leucistic albino Texas rat is a motherfucker. It's like a cobra.
Oh, she's terrifying, man. She's
the vocalizations, I think, are what does it, because
the hissing is just so loud.
Oh yeah,
she's not about it.
Close it out.
Yeah, where they roll their mouth like a cobra.
You said a leucistic pine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Sussex
That's pretty
Southern Pine.
impressive.
That is.
Beautiful.
She's gorgeous. So she's like more of like a rose-colored leucistic
She's
pine.
absolutely
We
stunning.
got
Yeah,
her
she's
at
like a milky colored white. not
Gettysburg.
bright.
We got her at the Gettysburg Exotic Pet Show.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you don't really. Well, I guess now you're kind of seeing a lot more of them, but to have the leucistic pine, that's pretty. That's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
I was on the hunt that day for a gopher snake, and there were no gopher snakes there.
Why
Couldn't
do I
find them,
always?
and then-
Why do we always end up on gopher snake, bro? Every show, Justin, it's like once every 6 months, gopher snake gets brought up randomly.
It's a sign, man.
Got that bull
They're so
snake
cool.
and we wanted them all.
Yeah.
He walked back and handed me this, you know, this snake that he had just bought, the Southern Pine.
She was sweet. She was in my hands. I held her, and she was fine.
tense.
He said at the show, she was good.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I came back and she was on the table, like hissing and striking at everybody, and I was like,
I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
I was like, well, I guess we gotta throw.
No, we had already bought
Yeah,
it.
and she the whole show was back there just hissing and just.
He handed it to me
I was
after
like, oh my
he bought
God,
it and walked
this
away.
friggin' snake.
And then she freaked out while I was holding her, and I was like,
Yeah,
get your
Boudica.
snake.
Yeah, Boudica's. We named her Boudica because she's bad bitch.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell
she's,
yeah.
Molly knew.
she's crazy, man. She's gotten
That's
to the point
hilarious.
now though where we can open the enclosure
And work
and
around her.
her head is there and she'll just sit there. She won't hiss at us, hiss at us anymore.
We're just
I also think she
respecting
was
her.
she was a baby when we got her. I mean, she was like only a couple months old when we got her. And I know from doing research with them, a lot of people have said that when they're smaller like that, the pine snakes in particular, they're a lot more feisty because they don't have that size. I mean, the bull snake was the same way. You know,
He's
it took a
sweet
lot.
as can be.
It took a lot of working with him and handling him.
He
to
was
get
never
him.
nasty.
Bull
Trust
snake.
I mean,
dude.
James can tell you the first time I handed him off to James how he was. He was like, "Who the hell is this?"
Yeah, he did
bull
not like
snakes are
me. He
kind
was
of-
like, new smell. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But then he's like,
Wow.
oh, a ginger, a kindred spirit. I'm red, you're red.
Kindred
Oh, yeah.
spirit.
No, that's
Ginger
my
power.
boy, man. I love him. Every time I go over there, I gotta hold him at least for a couple minutes,
He's
man.
so cool. Those are our little snakies that we have, and we have one frog, and then mostly everything else. We
Oh, what
keep
kind of
is
frog you got?
vertebrates. We
Pac-Man.
have a Pac-Man,
Oh wow, what kind? Is it like a strawberry crazy yogurt or something?
albino.
Okay,
yeah.
those are cool, man.
Its name is Gorlock the Destroyer the Third.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. What do you call him? Junior? I mean,
No, Gorlock.
okay.
But he's awesome, man. I friggin' come on, what's
Isn't that real big girl or whatever that's on?
It is.
Okay.
So let me preface the story. A very good friend of ours who we love, Larry the Laotian, has a Pac-Man as well, and he
That
decided
named
to name it
Gorlock.
Gorlock. So then he's passed away, and we got the same species, and I was like, we're gonna name it Gorlock now in remembrance of the first Gorlock, and he ended up buying one as well. So I was like, well, you can name Gorlock the second, we'll take the third. So we have
Gorlock
Gorlock
Junior.
Junior. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's our. We do fish. We keep tailless whip scorpions, regular scorpions.
You hear that, Will? They got your scorpions. Do y'all breed scorpions, or you just keep them?
No, unfortunately, we're not. But we do know scorpion breeders around the United States.
Will, our buddy Will from the Python Portal, he's got some impressive ass,
Ooh, really?
pretty scary scorpions.
Oh yeah,
Like,
scorpions are the
Do
really
you
feisty
keep,
ones from like Africa and stuff, and like the Middle East, man. Those
Good
what's
shit.
your scariest, like most venomous scorpion you have? Will, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Show him what you're working with. He posts
Probably
this shit.
Deathstalker
He's
or
got-
Fat Tail.
Yeah, well, I don't know the names of them, but we have a RWO chat. Shout out to the RWO chat. If anybody ever wanted to be on that, it's on Instagram. It's free.
Mhm.
Get first looks at snakes before they go on morph market. I mean, just all kind of cool shit.
Red
Indian
scorpion.
red scorpion.
I've
But yeah,
never
he posted in there. Yeah, the Indian red,
Where does that come from?
India, I would
I
imagine.
wonder.
Well, I don't. It could be from the Midwest, man.
It could be.
He
Yeah, dude, the Jordan Deathstalkers are friggin' nuts, man. Those are some of the ones that they call like the 5-step, you know.
India.
They tag you, and bro, you get like 5 steps, and then you drop, and that's the end of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he was talking about breeding scorpions and shit. I mean,
some of them are parthogenic too, so they're all females and will just keep reproducing.
When they're
that's crazy.
That's very interesting.
Wild, bro. And they're also UV reactive.
So you don't have to be careful
with low UV.
produce.
Yeah.
It's the god insect. It's the god insect, everybody.
A little fun tidbit about
give me the heebie-jeebies.
The fatter the pincers and the smaller the tail stinger, the less potent the venom is that they're using. They're more likely to pinch you. If they got tiny little skinny pincers and a big old fat tail, walk the other way, because they usually will sting you and you're gonna say ow and then drop.
No.
I talked to a girl that lives in Africa like pretty regularly online, and she keeps all kind of crazy shit. But like she lives in Africa, like out in the bush. So like she told me, you don't worry about the big scorpions. You worry about them little bitty
ones. Yeah.
And they have scorpions out there that are real little that'll get in your shoes and shit. And they always like have to beat their shoes out, even in the house and shit. Like, but she'll let them crawl around on her hand and everything. I mean, this girl's wild.
A lot of those scorpions, you'll see people that are real comfortable with them. They'll just grab them by the tail and lift them up by the tail.
That's not very nice.
They'll just put their little pincers up and they'll move their little.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Yeah.
You know, Florida barks. They got a little spicy.
They're not bad.
They got a spicy sting apparently.
No.
Yeah, we had a Partho species that was given to us, but we ended up giving it to our buddy Caleb.
Yeah, we were like,
just because I was like, I don't really.
Yeah, I can imagine why.
It was from like the Congo.
Don't want 1,000 babies.
It was a red Congo alligator.
I wish we would have.
It was like Hottentotta or something.
I was just saying, here in Florida, my grandfather's house got infested with a bunch of scorpions, and literally we would wake, and they're in the walls. We had a Terminator guy, I remember, coming and getting them out the fucking walls. There were so many of them.
Wild, man.
You're talking years. I was like probably like 14, 15 years old. Like this is when he first bought that house out there in Palaka, but it tripped me out. That was the first time I've ever seen a scorpion in Florida. I remember waking up and seeing them all over the living room floor. There was probably like 30 of them on the living room floor. And oh yeah. And it was insane. And he ended up like, they got rid of them. I don't have no scorpions now. You know, I ain't seen one in years and years and years, but that shit tripped me out. Like he had literally infested with them there in Palaka. But also like they had like this little woodsy area next to them, and they live off a canal out there, so there's like 600 freaking. I used to see cottonmouths all the damn time. I mean,
cottonmouths in Florida are everywhere. Moccasins.
Dude, I popped that top.
Everywhere, man.
I popped the top. It bounced off the table, bounced off the floor, bounced up into my trash can, bro.
It's meant to be.
Well, let's see how this beer tastes. I'm trying.
I didn't realize that.
I think that means you got to chug it.
Interesting. I like the
Sun Brew. I never had it. I bought a 6-pack. I'm gonna try it. Let's see.
I like the Familiar, the Corona Familiar. That's really
good. Not good.
Come on.
No.
Citrusy.
Now you gotta chug it.
Ooh.
There's your summer shandy there, buddy.
I remember that summer
with orange peels. It's way too orangey. Oh my god!
You only have a few summer shandies, and then you're over it. You know, I can have like.
They don't know. They don't know the struggle, man. Back in the day, drinking MD 2020.
I said Mad Dog 2020.
I'm a King Cobra. I'm a King Cobra guy myself.
Steel Reserve.
I get the
blue my 40.
Get fucked up.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of Steel Reserve down in Florida.
Yeah,
211.
If you drink about half of them, they will float in a swimming pool.
And of course, if you're from Baltimore, good old cheap Natty Bo.
Yeah, Natty dude.
Yeah, we love Natty Bo.
No, those 211s
are like, we love Natty Bo.
Those 211s are like when I had like $4 in a pocket and I just want to get fucked up, you know. In this 4-pack, I'm gonna eat it, you know.
Back then, you could get a 211 for 99 cents. Now they're like $3.50.
Yeah, dude, I remember when all
I
the
used to
crazy
drink the
drinks
King
coming out, Four
Cobras.
Locos, all that nasty.
See,
stuff.
I didn't drink Four Locos. I
I
drank
didn't
like
either.
King
Nah.
Cobra. The
Four
fruitiest
Locos-
shit I would drink
get-
would be
They
MD.
get you turned, man, fast. You got
See, but we used to drive to actually because Nick, you're in Georgia. We used to drive up to Georgia and get the Mickey 40s.
Yeah,
Oh,
Because you can hear in Florida, you can't get 40s down
You
here.
get
So
40s.
Ice
It's
Yeah.
the
forties
dumbest
were my
freaking thing. You can
favorite.
get a 32 ounce, but you can't buy a 40 ounce.
That's stupid.
Can't get a
they don't
That's
sell
so
40s
Right,
dumb.
you
in
can buy it
Bama
like
either.
down in Miami. You can buy beer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
You can do that in
around here,
Alabama.
they sell
They
it
got-
to
they got
minors
liquor
and
stores
everything. I'm
open
sure.
24 hours
I-
down in Miami.
That's
See,
why I
definitely remember
started
being like
drinking
14
King
and
Cobra
walking in.
because
Most college
I lived in the
places too,
hood
like
and they
Gainesville
sold
and
it to me.
Tallahassee, 24
Mhm.
hours. Like Tallahassee, you get alcohol all
Yep.
day, every day.
The law in Florida, I know for like bars and stuff, is they got to close down for like an hour.
An
between,
hour,
and then
1
they
hour.
close right
That's
back up.
crazy.
That's
And
how
then-
it is in Mobile on Dolphin Street on the strip of Mobile, Alabama. They have bars that stay open 24 hours. They never close. The only time they close is 1 hour.
Yep.
To
And
clean.
it's like 6 in the morning. And then at 7, they're opening back up. They're selling liquor. They're getting down. But you have to close for that 1 hour.
If you're in like the clubs here, they'll tell you we're closing down, but you're getting locked in. So you'll be locked in for that hour or 2 hours, and then you could go back out, whatever.
Damn,
But
I ain't
like,
never been locked in a bar. I've always been locked down.
there's a freaking I hate to say it, but there's a strip club over there by the airport, and they have like lounge areas. When they lock them motherfuckers in, they get too drunk and gotta pass out. You go sit there in a little lounge area and pass your ass out until we open the doors and let your ass out again, you know. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
I'll try to tug it for you, Delulu. This is your first time here. I'll try for you because this is a Sippin show, but I don't know how this is going to go because it does not taste good at all. It tastes like butt juice with oranges. in it.
I kind of want to go get my beer downstairs. I got beer that Tarantula Fairy brought me from.
Hey, it's Sippin with
Wisconsin.
serpents. You're allowed to drink. It's Sippin with serpents. You're allowed to drink.
Yeah, I know it's downstairs. I don't like bringing it up here because we get every now and then we get like fruit flies that come in on the dubias, and they will attack the hell out of my beer.
That's gross.
I've already like had 2 of them fly in my mouth tonight, like during the show, so I'm like not
Good.
super
Yeah.
thrilled with that. But yeah. So when we're dealing with those and trying to get rid of them, I definitely don't bring anything up here. I mostly.
You say you don't fruit your beer?
I don't want them flying in my damn beer. I don't want to waste that good beer, man. It's awesome, and it's from Wisconsin. I can't.
Well,
get it out.
I took a chance, you know, and I feel like every time I take that chance, and I get that fucking new item on the menu, it always sucks.
You regret
I'm a
it.
simple man. I like my beer regular. You know, regular beer is fine.
I'm a vodka guy. I like my mixed drink. I got my juice and my vodka.
I do like vodka. You the Russian or you like more Eastern?
He
European?
drinks those. What are they called?
I like the Calypso lemonade. So I like a fruit lemonade with my more or less with my Tito's vodka.
It tastes really good though.
And then I add a little
That's
splash
like
of Red Bull in there. Keeps me going, you know, more or less.
I
With
like
it.
Kettle and like some of the Danish vodkas and stuff like that. Man, that's
Like
What did
tonight,
you mix? What
I
did
got
you
Publix
have?
raspberry lemonade tonight.
Publix, baby, best supermarket chain in the world.
Yeah.
What did you hold
I
up a
love
minute
Publix.
ago, Justin? What was that? What was that? An energy drink?
Yeah. So I do a little bit of energy drink with a little bit of.
Everybody, make sure you go to WEnergy.com and use trip 610 for 10% off of all your energy drink products. Fuck Red Bull. Do W.
Sugar free, baby.
Hey, you know what? This is sugar free. This is natural product. This doesn't make your chest hurt.
Oh my God.
You know what they use to make that Red Bull? Sludge off the top of it.
Oh yeah, look.
Have
I can
fun.
tell you what that Red Bull does to your kidneys. I take
Oh,
stones out
bro,
of people
yeah.
all the time, man.
Since I started
Terrible for
drinking W, I haven't
sure,
drank energy
I'm sure.
drinks in over a year because
Yeah,
my
I don't
chest started
mess
hurting
with
like a
energy drinks
motherfucker.
other than coffee.
Well,
Coffee's not the only thing.
that W is coffee fruit extract.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's not any kind of chemicals. There's no artificial color or flavor or whatever. It's none of that weird shit.
Yeah. Jefferson's very small batch bourbon, good
you know,
bourbon.
10% off. True Serpent. You know what I'm saying? Ari, go get you some. You know what I'm saying? Tell them Nick sent you.
I'll drink it in the morning on the way to work before I go into the operating room.
That's what I do.
There you go.
Back in the operating room.
There you go.
Like,
Get you a little shaker cup.
There you go.
They come with them little shaker cups. You can get you one of them on there, like $6, and you get the 10% off. So
Good to go.
you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I'm mostly a bourbon guy. That's what I really like to drink is bourbon.
Oh,
I
bourbon,
like,
nice.
especially rye, man. I love
You
rye.
a top shelf guy, middle, low? What's your preference?
I go flavor, taste. If it's good, I don't give a crap what the price is on it.
There you go.
There's right now, Old Forester rye is like one of my top ones, and they're only like $30 a bottle. I mean, they're not very expensive.
Hell yeah.
Old Forester's really good. Basil Hayden's is another really big top favorite of mine. It's not a very expensive one. Evan Williams is pretty decent. Elijah,
Evan Williams.
yeah, man. And there's a couple other small batch ones that are really, really good. There's a distillery out of Kentucky right near Cincinnati that's really good called New Riff. Their rye is one of the best ryes I've ever had. It's got this real like deep cherry flavor to it and stuff. Makes really, really Bullet is good. I find that the Bullet tends to be a little bit more spicy and smoky. Buffalo's good. I think though it's overpriced. You can really find good bourbons in like the $20 to $50 range that are delicious.
I work on a military base, so anytime I need any kind of liquor, I give money to somebody in the military and they buy it because it's tax free,
baby.
Tax free liquor, baby. You don't get no. That's why everybody in the military.
I used to live on base, so I know.
Yeah, everybody in the military is a drunk. So I mean,
you can't do anything else. You get drug tested randomly all the time.
Yeah.
You just basically drink. I mean, that's what we did in the Navy. The Navy, I think, taught me two things. Three: how to drink, how to smoke, and how to clean.
How to pick up women. You were in the Navy?
Yep.
That's cool, man. Our buddy Tyson, he's in the military.
Yep,
pretty sure he's in the Navy as well.
Yep. We always
on a ship.
I always give a big veteran discount to any veteran that comes up to our table and wants to get from us. We always give them at least a 10% discount and trying to hook them up and make sure that they're taken care of. Because it, definitely for me, it hits close to home.
Oh yeah, we love our veterans on the at the RWO, man. I mean,
say Ari, what kind of ship were you on? Were you on like a aircraft carrier? You're on carrier? Come on.
Yeah, man. I was a weapons tech, so I used to build bombs and put them on airplanes.
That's cool.
I did some of that work, but most of my work was like I did a lot of like maintenance, like on like forklifts, pallet jacks. I worked with like a lot of firefighting equipment and like all of our firefighting stuff for like if we had a fire down by where we keep a lot of the the explosives. And I ran like weapons elevators, so I'd run these big elevators bringing weapons up from down in the bottom of the ship.
That's what my grandfather did. He did all the hydraulic lifts on all the aircraft carriers. So all the hydraulic lifting and everything is what he basically worked on and did.
The craziest thing to me,
that's pretty
5,000 people fully manned out at sea on those things.
That's what I was gonna say. It's crazy to think about. I watched a documentary about Navy ships and stuff and carriers, and the craziest thing that stuck out to me is the food, the cooks, the
SOS, baby. SOS.
It's like you said, 5,000 men, right? So that's 5,000 men have to eat 3 times a day. That's 15,000 fucking meals they have to make. Then all the toilet paper, right? All the toothpaste, all the shampoo. Like I was looking at that shit, and I was like,
so when we're out at sea and we're out in the middle of the ocean, there's the only way that we can get supplies is from stuff being flown in. But a lot of it is brought in by ships. And then what they'll do is they'll shoot a line across to the other ship. The ships will match speed together and they'll just keep going in a straight line. And what they'll do is they'll pass fuel off to them. They'll pass supplies. Passengers will go across the rope and stuff. They'll ferry them across, ordnance and stuff. And that's
oranges.
That's how they like, that's how they refuel and restock, with everything they need out at sea. That's how we get mail. Mail comes in, it's dropped usually from like a helicopter, and they got a hook, and it brings it, they send it down a little drag line onto the deck. Because once we're out, I mean, we're self-sufficient. Everybody in the Navy goes through firefighting, firefighter training. You're required to, because when you're out on, a ship in the middle of the ocean, you're not calling 911 to get the fire department. You are the fire department. You got to know what to do,
our buddy at Black Lagoon, Tyson. He'll be gone for like a month or more at a time, and we don't hear from him. Nobody knows, but then he'll message us in the chat and be like, "What's up, y'all? I just got back on land." And I'm like, he's enlisted, like he's active, you know what I mean? Like he's doing that. But like, I'm like, damn, dude, like I couldn't imagine being on a boat that long. Well, it's not a boat, it's a ship. It's
awesome,
like
man.
it's a floating city essentially. But
dude, I saw some of the biggest sharks I've ever seen in my life, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Out of the ship. I've seen more stars than you can possibly think of out in the middle of the ocean. I've been out in the North Atlantic in the middle of winter and hit 80-90 foot swells out in the ocean to where the ship is bucking and yawing and going all sorts, like to where you're walking and your feet come off the ground and stuff. And it's just a really fun, it was a really fun experience. And being out at sea, I think, was the best time. The best time that I had was being out at sea and being on the ship, man, because dude, you're out in the middle of the ocean, you're getting to see stuff that, I would say probably 90% of the world doesn't get to see because they don't get to do that. And you're on this ship in the middle of, the North Atlantic, just chugging around, having a good old time.
That's cool.
So you said you're
in the middle of the ocean. That was
you said
cool.
You're a Florida boy.
Mm-hmm.
So James, are you in Florida as well?
No, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh shit! Okay, wow.
Yeah, we're actually we don't actually live in Florida. I moved out to West Virginia about 13, 14 years ago. And I've lived in West Virginia now for 13, 14 years.
You did say you was out in West Virginia. That's right.
Yeah, we're out kind of in the boonies a little bit.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
We love it out here. Cost of living is great. We butt up to a big farm, so we got cows.
I think there's a military base out there too, so
there is a air guard base right here in Martinsburg where they fly the big Hercules, the biggest carrier aircraft that the Air Force has. So they have
that lands here every now and again at Martin's.
Yeah, dude, they're huge, and they just
they got to stop traffic on both sides for like a good while back while this thing takes off. It's insane. It rattles the car.
They fly over the house and rattle the house when they fly.
Well, that's where I work on an Air Force base. So like, I've been out on the airfield doing like storm drain repair, and I've been like 100 feet from the airfield when one of them big son of a bitches coming in. Like, it's scary.
You feel it in your chest when they come in there, man.
Oh, dude, you feel it in every morsel of your body. It's
I've been on a
life-changing experience.
I've been on a flight deck, on the aft end of a flight deck, down a level just below the flight deck that the weapons division had, and we've literally been there. And you'll have jets coming in and landing on the flight deck of the carrier, and they're like 10 feet over your head. I mean, they're not very far over you coming in.
Yeah, the Angels, they come to Montgomery every year.
Yeah, Blue Angels are awesome, man. That's the Navy's expo, pilots and stuff like that. The Air Force ones are really good too. That's the Thunderbirds, I think.
They have the birds,
that's the one
and
that
they have
lands
the Angels. The Angels will come out and do shows a lot of times at Maxwell.
They fly F-18s.
But Maxwell's college, so they, it's like the epicenter for the school out where I work. So they always have air shows with all different kinds of branches. They'll have Army people flying, the Navy, the Air Force. It's pretty cool.
That's what I got. I get free shows all the time. There's an airport like literally like 5 minutes up the road or whatever, and they got the F-18s or whatever up there, and they just take them off, and literally it'll just be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and all you hear is.
Oh yeah, that shit'll shake your house, bro. That shit's like,
It's cool because you get to watch them take off every now and again. Just
I remember
driving
the
and
craziest
take
thing
off.
is when I lived in Kansas. I lived in a little town in Kansas called Manhattan, and down the road from it, like I don't know, like a 30 to 45-minute drive down the road, is this huge army base, and it's where they keep all the big artillery guns, like the biggest ones the army has.
Oh,
And
hell
they do all the training out there. So there were nights where you'd be just chilling and during the day, and you just hear boom, and the whole house would just shake, and you'd be like, damn, bro, that's like 30, 40 miles away, and the whole
Yeah.
house
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
man,
Aberdeen.
it was wild, bro. I never experienced that in my life. I'd only, experienced planes and the boats and stuff living down in Florida.
It's wild.
It's like when you hear the big fully automatic guns are like brrr, and you're like, what the fuck? Doesn't a bunch of rounds, a lot of heavy ass rounds.
I got to shoot some of those when I was in the service. They were kind of fun, man. I got to play with like Mark 19s, M60s, 50 cals, because we were the weapons, division. We did aviation weapons, but we worked with the gunner's mates, which are the ones that handled all the small arms on the ship and like the grenades.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool as shit.
It was fun, man. I loved it.
Okay, did you ever eat SOS or chip beef on toast?
Hell yeah, man! Sit on a shingle.
Come on, I love chip beef on toast with my grandpa.
Yeah, that's a staple, man.
Taught me how to make, and that's one of my favorite breakfast, lunch, I'll eat dinner. I don't give a fuck.
Glad to have you back, Mariah.
Yeah, we used to. So they used to have a cool thing is the officers eat in different mess halls than the enlisted. The senior enlisted eat in different mess halls than the lower enlisted, and then usually there's two big galleys on the ship, on the carrier, and that's where the enlisted go to eat. And they'll have a hot food chow line that you'll go through. That'll have, they would have everything sometimes from like steak. I'd seen crab legs there before.
Oh yeah, and you know what's funny about that? You'll hear the military constantly. This is all I hear where I work. I do the housing, so I'm in charge of like flipping homes, getting them ready for the new arrivals and shit. So like, my thing is I always hear every fucking week about we don't treat any and everybody's treated the same. Your 3-star generals treated the same as a fucking fresh out of school, and it's like. They say that, but that ain't the fucking way it is, bro.
They get different food.
Dude, the 3-star general at my work.
They have private chefs, most of those big generals.
Oh, yeah, no, they have aides, they have chefs. Yeah, they got it made. But it's funny that you said that about steaks and shit, because that's all you hear. Everybody's treated equally, but they're not.
Yeah, we didn't. I'm not saying we got them like once a week. But we get steak every now and then. And then the other really cool thing they had is they always had like a salad bar, and they had what was called the quick chow line, which had like hot dogs, chili, hamburgers,
Yeah, but you better believe those fucking star generals were getting fucking lobster dropped off. On
hell yeah.
Like, they weren't eating chow. They were eating fucking gourmet, bro.
Yeah, it was. The chow wasn't bad. Air Force bases had the best chow.
They do. I go to the chow hall almost every day. It's
man, they got good food. In the Navy, you have to pick your tray up and walk it over, and then put all your items away in the dish station. And they do even on base, Navy bases. And the first time I went to an Air Force base to eat, we sat down and we started to pick our trays up, and these civilians came to us and they're like, no, we take care of all that here. And we're like, what is happening here, bro?
And you know the Air Force is called the Chair Force for
we got a golf course on almost every
our golf course on our base is like LGPA approved. You know what I mean? Like, Alabama River and everything that runs through our
the branches really like we enjoy teasing each other and messing with each other. I got friends that are Marines that on Marine Corps birthday, I mail them like crayons.
They'll eat a whole box of crayons.
Oh, they'll eat their cigarette butts. They'll eat their own cigarette butts out the ass.
I got a friend. He keeps a little cup on his desk that we got him that says snacks, and he'll keep it stuffed with crayons.
Yeah, our buddy John at Mission Morse, he's in the chat, and every week I feel like it's a topic of discussion at least once where he's a crayon eater. You know, we'll post gifs like images of like crayons or something. It's the joke of
Well,
the
you
chat.
know what Marine stands for. It's got two acronyms. It's my ass rides in Navy equipment, and muscles are required, intelligence not expected.
Hoorah,
And then,
right?
and then,
Hoorah.
and then we say Army aren't ready to be Marines yet.
Aren't ready to be Marines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. I
Navy
worked
is
at
never
Fort
again
Benning.
volunteer yourself.
Well, I worked
Never
at Fort
again
Benning, that Army base in Georgia, and that was one of the most hardest. You know, granted, I'd never been on a Marine base or Marine training or whatever, but the Army, that Fort Benning, man, those were some bad. That was a Ranger training, but the
Mhm, yeah,
Army
Fort
Rangers,
Benning.
dude, those are
You
some
got those
badass
Rangers are
fuckers.
badass, man.
They're
Jumping out of
badass, dude.
planes and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what they did at Fort Benning. I did the construction. We rebuilt all the houses out there, like early 2000s, like 2005 or 6 or some shit. But I remember being out there, and you'd be working. You could hunt out there. That base is badass. But like, I remember people falling. You'd look up and you'd see parachutes and shit.
Mhm.
Like people just jumping out of planes training. And then
Training.
you go to somewhere where I work now, at Air Force Base, and the PT is like a joke. Like
They're on a treadmill or
they're
a bicycle.
walking, they're barely walking, fucking on their cell phones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this shit? Y'all are the ones that are supposed
Dude,
to
Marine Corps
honestly,
PT
like,
is hardcore, man. They do some of the hardest PT I've ever done.
oh, and SEALs, like a lot of Navy shit is hard too, I imagine, because water
So
related.
the Navy PT is not all that bad. The biggest thing with the Navy is there's a lot of like sailing knowledge and stuff like that you have to
And
learn.
like water shit, yeah.
Ocean etiquette, what different signal flags mean and stuff like that.
Holding your breath.
Like survival techniques, how to
Yeah.
survive out in the ocean.
What do
You
they
gotta be
say
able-
on a
even past
ship?
boot camp, you gotta be able to tread water. You know.
What do they
So-
say on a ship if you get capsized by a wave? You're supposed to starfish, right? Like you're supposed to spread
so
all
you
your
can take,
limbs
you can
out.
take your pants. If you got long pants, you can tie the ends of them, take them, throw them over your head, and
Make
down
a
into
make
the
a
water,
flotation.
and it'll make a flotation device
Yeah.
that you can float on. You can do the same thing with a shirt.
They taught us that in Boy Scouts. That shit, I remember
Mhm.
that. I'll never fucking forget that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also easier to link with other people and stay together. If you got life vests on and stuff, than to float apart. Because
and if you're in freezing water and you get soaked, I know that they'll drag your ass to the fucking thing, like the hallway or wherever it's dry, and they'll strip you butt ass naked, and they'll fucking throw you in the fucking bunk or whatever and warm your ass up quick. Like,
yeah, that water is cold, man.
yeah,
That water's real cold out there. But
cold
they
and
teach us all that
salty.
stuff. They teach us things like birds. If you can somehow attract and catch a bird while you're stranded, they are one of the best survival things to eat because a lot of the times you're not going to get sick eating the meat and stuff like that.
Well, you learn a lot from boats on the water, right? Like you watch their patterns, even their flight patterns, and if they're landed, if they're chill, if they're crazy, or that all
birds signify that
the
there's
nautical.
land nearby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The big one is like the swallows.
So I have a swallow. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's a big thing in Navy, like folklore and stuff. It's one of the first birds that you see as you get closer to land. And so that signifies like
safety.
a good omen and safety. So they believe that like if you have the double sparrows on you, it's like protection while you're out at sea.
You'll always find home or some shit.
Yeah. The other ones, the big Navy one is they'll do a pig on one foot and a rooster on the other foot.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you do that, you'll never drown out in the ocean ever.
That's Ed Hardy actually. That was one of his. You'll see it like if you look at old Ed Hardy tattoo stuff. That was one of his biggest things because he would tattoo a lot of sailors, and now you see it in like traditional tattooing that people get that, and they probably don't even know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
but I know that I always growed up seeing Ed Hardy tattoos. Not Ed Hardy. I'm sorry, Sailor Jerry. I'm drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sailor Jerry. I actually have some Sailor Jerry work.
So yeah, I have Sailor Jerry machines, cool machines. I love
Sailor Jerry is awesome,
so
man.
that's what that shit came from, I imagine. But like, it's funny you said that because I had no idea. Like, but I always see it on their feet. I always see it on people's feet. You know what I mean?
Yep, taking a rooster. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest.
It's weird, yeah.
Never take a banana on a boat.
It was something that came around. I think it came around during like World War II and stuff like that. Is when they really started doing it. But you know, the Navy's always been known for having all the tattoos and the ink work.
Well, and superstition, like Justin said, you don't bring a banana
on a boat. Hell no, never take a banana. You ain't get on my boat with a banana. I won't let you on it. I'll take that. You better eat that shit somewhere else.
Yeah, we're definitely superstitious on the boat and stuff. doing stuff. And
well, you gotta
we ain't gonna catch nothing either. You bring that banana. We ain't gonna catch no fish. It's gonna be a shit time. Something's gonna happen bad.
It's fun though, man. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I ended up getting out for medical reasons, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. I got to see some cool stuff, work with some cool things, and I think the biggest thing for me was, I went in when I was 18, and it just made me grow up really.
Oh yeah, for sure. If I would have graduated,
what you really see on TV, that's not the real world. It's it's a lot more crazier than that, and kind of coming right out of high school and going into that, it was a huge culture shock and a mind thing for me, and I'm very thankful for it, because it prepared me for a lot of things later on in life.
You were an aircraft carrier, so imagine kind of like my grandfather. You traveled the world, so you went from country.
So I never actually got to. I never got to go anywhere like crazy overseas. Most of the stuff that we did was like here in the North Atlantic and like in international waters, because the ship that I was on when I got there, unfortunately, was in the shipyards in Newport News. And anybody that's ever been in the shipyards will tell you it's an awful, miserable experience, because you can't do your job. The ship's dry docked. It's not out at sea. You can't do your job. So essentially what you've trained to do, you can't do. And you end up busting up the floors, painting, cleaning, preparing the ship, and basically remaking the ship and making it brand new so that it can go out for another, 60, 70 years, with that nuclear reactor and do its thing. So my first year in the Navy was doing that, and I literally did nothing. It was awful. But then when we started going out to sea and doing all that stuff, I was like, man, this is cool. I enjoy this.
Well, I couldn't even imagine them dry docking something like that. Like, I know they get the stilts out and shit, but that's a lot. Like, that's
so when I was there, they were building the USS George Bush. When I was there, that was getting built, and that was dry docked. And then they had some submarines that were dry docked there that I got to watch getting built, like from the ground up and stuff. So, you see some cool things, but when you're trained, and you've been training to do this job, and you're real proud to try and do this job, and then
you can't do it.
You get there, and they're like, "Here's a broom, start cleaning, bro, because this is what you're gonna do."
Yeah, actually,
I'm a Molly man. Thanks.
It was kind of like defeating. We were just like, it's nice. We couldn't even live on the ship. They had us in like dormitory housing and like school that was built in the early 1900s, like turn of the century. That's so crazy. Like it was like this dormitory style school that we lived in for like the first year when I was there.
Oh, wow.
Terrible. Mm-hmm. You had 3 people to a room living in a room. Which, on ship you have, a bunch of people in the berthing. So I think in our berthing there was like 80 people in our berthing that lived in our area. So it was just, a bunch of bunks and lockers and then a TV and a sofa.
Oh, shit.
That's it. And then we have a bathroom right up top that had a bunch of toilets.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need.
Yep.
Well, I could talk about this all night. I feel like 2 hours have went by super fast.
Sure have.
And I'm gonna pester James down there to get on the show so we can do it.
I want to see some of his collection. I want to definitely see.
I want to see what he's got hidden in them drawers back there.
For sure, man.
He's got those scaleless heads, man.
Oh man, come on!
I freaking love ours, man. That scaleless head, he's so cool.
So you trying to make a full scaleless? If you got some scaleless, then are you trying to make a full scaleless?
So I did. Unfortunately, the one that I was shooting for wound up not working out. So I tried for a super cinnamon scaleless, and it wound up being really kinked, unfortunately. So I had to euthanize it. I wanted to know if, it's usually an all black snake. If a scaleless one was still going to be all black, if the melanin's in the skin, or if it's in the scales, or how it really works. And it came out how I expected it. It wound up being it's like a really deep purple, it's like a gray matte kind of color. But it was kind of still like pinkish because it just came out of the egg. So it might have changed a little bit after the first shed. But it was interesting.
Come on.
Well, I'm down to get you on, and we can talk about that, man. Because not a lot of people fuck with the scaleless heads, and it is a thing that's coming back. Well, it's not coming back; it's becoming a thing now.
Oh man! So if you guys haven't checked it out, go on Instagram. It's called Sally's Scaleless Serpents. They have documented an entire process from growing up their female all the way to it having, I think, 2 separate clutches of eggs. And I mean, even so much, in fact, that they did the whole process. They documented the weight. Yeah.
And it laid eggs?
Yeah, twice.
Wow. Okay.
Twice.
They got an ultrasound too to confirm everything was good, man. By a vet.
Yeah, they took it to an official vet by a licensed vet tech or whatever. Got everything documented, like the whole 9 yards and everything. Even current feedings and when they shed and all that stuff. They have everything documented there. So yeah, check them out.
Come on.
Yeah, I will. And I guess we're about that time. Y'all actually really open my eyes up to spiders. I mean, I might be interested in that in the future, but as of this very second, I'm still a no.
That's
but
okay.
I do.
Just send it to him, man.
The wheels are spinning, and I am going to start looking into a tarantula crib or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having surgery next week. I have a hernia, so I have to get that fixed. So I'll be out of work.
Those are fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not.
Don't sneeze or cough after surgery.
Oh, definitely. I'm not going to be able to smoke or nothing.
2 days after my hernia repair, and you can ask her. I thought I was going to pass out in the car.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Edibles are going to be your best friend.
Huh.
That's what I use for pain control.
Well, I'll have a lot of time I'll have a month off of work, so I'll be able to sit here and research more about spiders and shit. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
reach
out. And if you're on board with the snakes, then you'll be on board.
And that's anybody. Anybody ever has questions, please reach out. We're always happy to help. And if we don't know the answer, we will definitely point you in the right direction.
I'll be hitting you guys up for sure.
Oh yeah, his old lady's gonna freaking pester the hell out of y'all about wanting some spiders.
They're
we love it. We enjoy it, man. We love nerding out. Our back end of customer service is kind of really our something we take pride in. We're pretty.
You guys are awesome
people, and we'll take the time to sit there for an hour going back and forth with somebody just explaining something, because I'd rather them know what they're doing and be happy with their purchase that they're going to make,
be able to
take care of that that animal and keep that animal alive, because it's a commitment. A lot of these spiders are 8 to 30 years. They can live depending on the species, so it's a big thing, and we try and really make it so that people feel like they have that support, I should say.
Sure.
That's good. That's what you want. You want that good customer connection and be able to explain stuff to people, because it sucks when you get something and you don't really know what you're doing and you message somebody and they don't
reach
get back
out
to
and
you.
you're like, why didn't you do your research?
Yeah.
Go do your research.
Yeah.
Look, your wife's got you right there, bro.
Trying to reach out and ask questions. Yes, Arachne Cat, be his guide.
Yeah, Kat's trying to get me on it, man. She's been trying for a few months now. We'll see. I don't know.
Bring him over to the house to have him
Man,
hold some.
do it. You just got to do it, man. I'm telling you, it's a really good decision, especially if you're in with the low maintenance part of it too, man. You know, with the snakes and stuff like that, they are hand in hand. It's very low maintenance with them, and they're. I don't really have an interest in like handling or anything, but man, they're gorgeous to look at, man. They're all on a shelf in these really nice little terrariums and stuff, and they're just cool to watch.
You can make them bioactive. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
In the last few years, people have gone real big with the bioactives for like the tarantulas. The biggest thing with them is no isopods, just springtails. Isopods can hurt them and eat them.
When they're
molting, when they're molting, they can chew on them and hurt them.
Damn, that's crazy.
But
they're like really like fragile.
Full rooms of just like Exoterra front openers with grow lights up there, and like live plants growing in there. You know, cork and live moss, and tarantulas. You know, they do well. They love it. You know, so it's really what you want to do for the tarantula, because ultimately the way that the enclosure looks, the most part aesthetically, is for you.
And that's the thing. I mean, I would probably do the live plants and yada yada, because it's not like I'm breeding them. I don't need to put them in a cup. I'd like to be able to watch them if I had one, and give it as much room to be able to watch it do stuff and see.
Oh man, you got to take a look at some of their stuff, man. They got to send you like some really good enclosure like setups. Like a lot of their stuff is like phenomenal, man. Like it's not just pleasing to the eye, but like as far as like the mechanical parts of it and like what the spiders need and stuff like that is all in mind when they set their stuff up. So kudos to them, man. Everything over there is phenomenal.
We try to care about more about the spider than our personal what we want to see in there. So like we use a lot of cork tubes and stuff like that for our arboreals. We don't get to see them as much when we do that, but they're happier, they're healthier.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. You know, I feel like I feel like doing that stuff, they would be happier, because you're not able to keep them out in their natural habitat, but at least if you can do plants and give them that kind of environment, I feel like they would.
Most of our enclosures, we just use natural substrate that we make ourselves out of a few different organic different ingredients, and then live some dried sphagnum moss, leaf litter, a water bowl, and some cork bark, and they're happy. They're not very complicated. You can even use fake plants. They like fake plants in the enclosures. They web them up really easily, and then you don't have the maintenance on the fake plants.
My jumping spider loves the fake plants.
It's really easy. And the way that we build our enclosures that we sell to our customers, they're essentially point and click, like plug and play. We build them so that you can take them home, you can put them on your shelf, and you don't have stress about trying to rehouse that spider right away. You can keep it for a few months in there, or a molt or two.
That's very smart. Get used to
it,
that is
and
awesome.
Then transfer it over.
I never even thought about that.
The comfort level of the spider is the most important thing for us. So we design
that's super smart, man. Like
that's literally what I just went through.
Yeah, if you get it and it's in a little bitty like photo film vial, and you're like, what am I gonna do? And like you don't even have to worry about that in that situation. That's bad.
So that started when we first started selling tarantulas. We were originally we were just selling enclosures, because we were like, we never see enclosures there specifically geared towards invertebrates at shows. So we started selling enclosures. Then we got into the tarantulas, and we needed the space on the table for the tarantulas and not the enclosures. So we kind of shied away from that. But the enclosure thing is really, really easy.
Well, even that, you don't even have to, like, honestly, I think most people wouldn't even care if, like, you could just have them under the table and be like, hey, if you want to spend an extra so odd money, I have an enclosure, boom, right here, and I guarantee you, like, people just boom. I mean, I would.
I mean, we put everything in the breeder boxes that we use at home. That's kind of what we put stuff in, and then we make them all ourselves with the with like deli cups and stuff like that. But
the goal is that you don't have to go
yeah,
home and mess with
yeah,
them.
that you can take it home and you can relax. You don't have to worry and stress out about
Here you
now
go.
I gotta
That's
go buy an
it.
enclosure.
Don't
Now
worry
I gotta go buy soil. Now I
Right.
gotta go buy pork and all this. Everything is already in there, set up.
A lot of people
Yeah,
are balling on a budget too, so that to me is like
Yeah.
perfect. That gives them like, okay, here you bought your spider. Now you got a few times to save up some dollars too to buy your
Yeah,
enclosure you
that
want
too.
and
Yeah.
learn your spider, your species that you
Yep.
have, and everything
Yep.
else. To me,
And
that's
I'll tell you one of
smart.
the
Smart.
easiest ways to make an enclosure: go to Target, man, or like Walmart. buy a Tupperware container or something like that. You can burn some holes in it, and bam, you got yourself a spider enclosure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and, we have breeders that use them, the like click top ones, and they love them. They work really
Dude,
well.
you guys had, I think, the like food saver containers that were converted into that. Those were really cool too, man.
Hell yeah.
The
So,
cereal
like
box
tops just kind of
containers,
popped off. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
they're
are
great.
dope, man.
Yeah, we use those for arboreals.
But no, like
yeah,
on the container thing, like
Tupperware.
the ones that I just rehomed. I mean, I got them from you guys like a couple months ago. And I just now got around to rehoming them, and they were perfectly. I mean, they probably could have went even longer, to be honest. In the enclosures that they came in, which were great.
Yeah, we tried. That was the idea with it, is make it as accessible as possible to people and not complicate it, so that people can get into the hobby and actually enjoy it.
Enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Not stressed like, oh damn, I just spent $100 and something, now I gotta go spend another $100 and something. Now I gotta do it. That you took all that stress. Like to me, that's a great even sales point. Like especially if, like they're walking around a show and they go to another spider person, they're like, well, here it is in a vial, but now you gotta go get a tarantula crib over here and this. And they can just go to you and be like, oh, well, here it all is, and I can go home and for a couple months.
Pork bark, fake plants, water bowls, it's all taken care of.
So now I do think it has hindered us sometimes. People won't buy stuff because they can't see the spider out on display.
That is
like as people that have them in the little deli cup.
I'd
But
rather the
thing is,
spider not be stressed.
we're not. Neither of us is in this for money. We really don't care. So the thing is I care more about that spider's health than it being visually appealing at that moment.
Well, to me, it's like, okay, well, you go home with it in that deli cup, you still got to go get you a tarantula crib or whatever else you're going to spend. Like,
it's also
this is all on,
Yeah, and it's setting that expectation, because you buy that tarantula in the deli cup, you can see it right now, but once you fill it up, once you give it an adequate enclosure, it's going to hide half the time anyway. So get used to it.
It's full of web. You ain't going to see that shit all the time.
Yeah, there. I mean, it's
or some you will, but not all.
Yeah.
The best time is at nighttime. I find I just go upstairs in like the middle of the night.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And T cribs are great. They're fantastic acrylic enclosures, and especially if you're a hobbyist and you're keeping, moderate amounts of them. Of spiders, it's great. When you get into the triple digits, it's just not. Unfortunately, it's not really.
And that's something, honestly.
I like the coffins, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, the coffins are really cool.
That's the kind of point where I've been kind of trying to explain to my old lady, because like now it's like, babe, you got almost 40 tarantulas, and you spent a lot of money on tarantula cribs. I'm like, you were the guys, I think, the last show with Keys, and I was seeing all those, and I was like, maybe you should do this. And he was explaining when you pair them, the lids are easier. You don't have to worry about smashing them with the magnet lids and stuff. This is easier too, She's been kind of thinking about it. She's been going back and forth on the pony about it.
Cribs have lips, right?
Yeah. And then the lip too, they can get out. Like you were saying, they can get out. Yeah, that's what you are saying too.
The lips are great for keeping the spiders in. You don't want them to dart out of the enclosure, but when you're trying to breed, you want that male to be able to dart out of the
enclosure. You want her to eat the male because he's stuck over there and can't get out.
Can't run.
Yeah, when those, let me tell you, some of those females, when they want to go eat a male, I tried to save one last weekend when we were pairing, and it was she was like a 8-inch bird eater. And I saw her coming for this male when they were pairing. She started putting all 4 legs around him, and I was like, oh, man, she's going to try and eat him. And I got the brush down, tried to split him, but she pushed so hard against that brush, she actually pushed the brush out of the way and folded him in half to get to him.
We actually lifted her out of the enclosure, like trying to separate them, but we just ended up.
I had to literally walk her back into the
Yeah.
enclosure with him, and I was like, man, this sucks.
fail, yeah.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. They did pair. I mean, it's just part of the pairing process. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You don't know.
So they did do their thing then. So you still might get a clutch. So you still might
we
get
were
a
hoping we'll get a
clutch.
clutch. That was Pamphobietes Machala. So we're hoping we'll get a clutch on that. We got Dominican Purple that's gravid that we're hoping we're going to get a clutch too soon.
So you guys hear this?
Well, my subliminium
Yes,
plablablin over here is just about to molt.
Nice.
My vermilion clablablin, So look, my dogs are in here. I got my furry friends that I have mammals, and I gotta let them tinkle. I don't want to clean up tinkle. So I really enjoyed this. Do y'all have any plugs? Y'all got any shows coming up? We'll start with James. If you want to plug anything you got, we're gonna have you back, but just go ahead and give it a plug.
Yeah, for sure. You can check out my Instagram. It's @BeMore_exotics. I think I'll be at Gettysburg next, if everything goes accordingly. And then I really don't know how or any shows that I got coming up after that. We'll have to see. I'm kind of like a last minute kind of guy. I'm not even going to lie. It'll be like 2 days before, and I'm like, do you guys got any last minute tables?
That's why everybody needs to go follow your Instagram at @BeMoreExotics.
But shout out to Arachnid Cat, obviously, for having me on as well, on her, and Kyle for getting me hooked up with everybody. He's been most gracious, and I've been meeting some really interesting people lately, so this has been a first for me lately, with the whole podcast talking and stuff. So I do appreciate them kind of breaking me in, so to speak.
Got a lot of knowledge to share, James.
Yeah. And like I said,
our go-to snake guy.
Anytime you ever want to come back to the Sippin Show, holler at me, and I'd love to get because you say you're getting into the podcast or the internet kind of thing, and that's what we're all about, is promoting people that aren't really comfortable with that. So yeah, man, anytime, let me know.
Yeah, I'm definitely an introvert, so it's kind of weird talking.
Hey, me too. Well, I'm an introvert, but I'm a showman, and it's like I have a battle in my soul from wanting to entertain people, but also wanting to be a shut-in. So I get it.
Yeah, if it's like anything reptile related, or I guess spider related now, because I'm going down that rabbit hole.
Open up. Yeah, you can open up.
Yeah, I start talking and I don't shut up. But anything else, it's like,
Well, that's cool that that reptiles and arachnids got you to do that.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's been fun.
So, what is Arachnids Anonymous up to coming up?
So
we have a show tomorrow.
Yep, a show tomorrow in Manassas, Virginia at Eavesdrop Brewery from 12 to 4.
12 to 5.
No, it's 4.
Oh, I thought it was
4.
5.
Go down there and drink some beer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
good beer, and they'll have plants there as well.
Yep.
And food
and exotics.
And then if you follow us on Instagram, Arachnids Anonymous, and Facebook, I think it's just AA, and then
Instagram, USA. Yep.
Hey, you can't say AA on this show because we might take it personally. Okay, I ain't got
if you come see us at a show, we give out discounts. We give out discount tokens, like discount chips, poker chips.
They're like
AA
chip. Play on the AA thing.
Yeah.
So whenever you spend $100 with us, we give you one of those discount tokens. Next time you come back,
tell you you're 0.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. You can give it back to us, and then you get that discount.
That's really cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'll pick up my third day, but I'll fuck that shit up in a few hours.
Sober again. Dang.
Bought
another one.
But yeah, we'll be at Gettysburg with James, Carlisle.
Cat will be there.
Cat will be there. We're excited. Tomorrow, I think we're going to see Kyle Markham, who we also love. He's been really instrumental in helping us.
That was awesome.
Cat.
Yeah, Kyle's a good dude.
Terrence, Keys, he's had us on a bunch of times.
Yeah, dude, that was fun too.
I mean, there's just lots of people. We've been really grateful for all this. We've been really enjoying the podcast thing. It's kind of reaching a whole new group group of folks and getting them, breaking that stigma. And getting
You really are. You're opening minds to tarantulas. I've noticed it. I mean, I've seen you on other shows, and I've definitely noticed it for sure. And it's a cool thing.
The reptile community has been so welcoming, and it's been great.
Yeah, we've definitely gotten a really nice welcome from the reptile community. It's been really good. We've had people reaching out from the podcast now that have been interested in spiders and getting stuff, and we're trying to get them taken care of with as much stuff as we can.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Well, we appreciate it as a reptile person. We appreciate it. It does get kind of boring just playing with snakes, and when you start to see the colors and the different web designs that tarantulas do, it is intriguing. It's very intriguing, and regardless if you're scared or you don't want it or you just want to look at it or whatever the thing is, if you can think that it's intriguing, then you have already won.
Exactly.
You've already won.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're going to get one.
Exactly.
Well, okay, this is the thing. I'm going to go
We're
ahead
going to
and
work up to it. We're going to work up to it.
My daughter is 6 years old. Okay, she's wanted a tarantula since she could talk. We've been breeding snakes since a little before she was born. So then she, we go to the pet stores, we go to shows, certain things. She's always gravitated toward the tarantulas. But the thing is she is 6. So daddy's gonna have to take care of her.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get something that I'm gonna be comfortable with. That's not really a flighty, and that's me doing. This is me prolonging it for so long is me doing my research and trying to figure out. Because I don't want to get something and it leave a bad taste in my mouth,
I gotcha. Curly hairs, man. Curly hairs are really, really easy.
Those are cool. I've definitely seen a lot of those. They look
with spiders in it and shit. So when you open them, these things jump out at your ass.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the mindset that I have.
No, I got a curly hair. She's very sweet.
You won't be scared of them no more though. They might get like a good 15 packages worth of jumping spiders out at your ass. Yeah,
they won't go for your face. Most of the time, they want to get as far away from you as possible.
Yeah. She really hides most of the time until I put fresh water in or a bug.
The hairs on their body are so sensitive. They can literally feel when they're on you. They can literally feel like the blood pumping through your veins.
Yeah.
Well, I had that girl Vanna that I know that lives in Africa. She fucks with crazy tarantulas. And I will say what really broke my stigma, like visually anyway, was seeing her have that thing in her mouth and it came out of her mouth.
That's
when I saw that, I was like, well, I mean, because I'm scared of the hairs. I'm scared of them irritating me.
I ain't got the stones for that either.
Bro. And she didn't have no irritation, or it was so, whatever.
Because they're in Africa, they don't have those hairs. They got venom.
Well, she has different spiders too, and tarantulas from other places too. Yeah,
it's a little bit out there. That's all that is.
That one that she had in her mouth was hairy as hell. So
that's crazy.
That's right, Kat. Yeah. They do have different levels.
I want to go.
Some of them have worse hairs than others. Yeah. The bird eaters have some of the worst.
And that's why I like knowing people like you and Kat. You know what I mean? Because y'all can tell me those things. You know what I mean?
We'll get you pointed in the right direction. Whenever you're ready.
We won't get you. We will. That's one thing we don't do is we won't. Sell people something that we feel they're not going to be comfortable with.
Yeah, you don't want to pressure
somebody. They're not going to force you into it. They're not there for the money or whatever. They definitely were very accommodating with us because I was very standoffish at first. I was like, man, a spider in the house, dude.
And we'd be pretty shitty salesmen if we tried to traumatize you. You would never want to come back and buy another one.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
I want to traumatize the hell out of them. I want to traumatize the hell out of them. I'm going to mail him boxes every week of spiders out of there and shit. Like,
James does the same thing we do at shows. We'll sit there.
I'm mailing him tarantulas posters and shit.
20, 30 minutes just trying to get that information to that customer so they have all the information they need. James will do that all the time. I watch him just sit there and give people information and teach them how to take care of it, because that's it's passion. It's the same as us. It's what we love, and we just want people to be happy in the hobby and enjoy it like we do.
Well, hey, I can respect that 100%. I can respect that 100%.
I only say that because I want to mess with my choochie. I ain't being real, guys. So don't.
Justin,
Don't mess with him.
Justin acts hard, but he loves me. Okay?
No, I swear, all the things that people say wind up being like super mean or whatever. Just like a little bit of time with me, and they come around, man. Like anything at this point. I almost got that green tree tame already, man. I can't wait to take her out the shows.
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
cool. Those are really cool snakes, man. But they are, like you said, you do got to work with it, man. If it gets a hold of you, it could fucking make you bleed, buddy.
So did you get a GTP or a GTB?
Well, they have big fucking mean teeth, right? Like they're used to catching birds and shit.
Nah. So a lot of people get them confused with emeralds. Emeralds have those really big, nasty teeth or whatever. Those are the ones you definitely don't want to get bit by. The green trees are more like a carpet python, almost quite literally. They have lots of tiny little recurved teeth.
Oh, okay.
It's really not that bad.
I say you kind of have like the GTP, and then you have a GTB, which is your green tree boas, and you have your green tree pythons. More or less.
Oh, yeah.
That may be what I'm thinking of as an emerald.
The boas will fuck you up. I can tell you.
The boas got them gnarly.
A buddy of mine, actually mid-Florida displays. What was it? Kyle or Mark? I think it was Mark. Mark has one, and he was showing me a video. This sucker was huge on his perch, and he's like, every time I walk by that cage, that sucker will freaking boom and literally heal this
That's
thing.
what my boa does.
That thing was insane, bro. And I was like, oh hell no! I was like, you got me fucked up. I will never ever open a cage. I think it looked like literally that's like a tackle at my head right there when I open the cage. Like there's no fucking way, bro. No way.
It's like keeping venomous, man. We got
pythons. Cool. GTB.
We got a friend that keeps rattlesnakes and rhino vipers. I'm like, bro, you're insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I'm not even gonna lie. If I could keep pots here in Maryland, I would.
Well, if I didn't have a 6-year-old that's very interested in snakes, that'll just pick them up. I would probably have
little dad.
It's not happening.
This one's not venomous.
Yeah, no shit. My buddy came over with a rat snake in a Home Depot bucket, and he was showing it to me. He lived down the street, and he was just showing it to me because he knows I'm snake dude. And he had it out there, and my daughter just walks up. Literally, we were smoking a cigarette, talking, drinking a beer, not even paying attention.
Pick it right up
to it, and she just grabbed it up. And I'm like, baby, put that fucking snake down. Like, you don't know that snake. You don't know what
Nah, man, they know intentions, man. They sense that stuff, man.
Have you seen the little kids in what is it, India or wherever, playing with cobras?
Yeah.
They're just holding a fucking cobra. It's like a 3-year-old baby. They're like, ooh, a snake.
Yeah.
And it's not biting them at all. Like, it's not.
Cobras are crazy.
Threat.
They're smart, man.
That's crazy.
Smart ass snake, man. Cobras.
Oh, yeah. Intelligent.
You see them
I wish.
processing the environment around
But
them.
it's crazy, yeah.
Crebos, man. The Crebos are smart as fuck too, man. They're cool as shit.
Mhm.
I would love to get a hold of a yellowtail Crebo at some point.
We
They're
are
so
afraid
cool.
of that southern pine snake. You are not getting afraid
Yeah, that's what I said, man.
Right, it'll never happen.
Got you terrified. There ain't no way.
Definitely sick.
Hey, no,
They're
I
cool,
feel you,
though,
dude.
man. They're gorgeous. There's a guy that comes to Gettysburg that always has indigos too, man. He brings them.
Dude, them indigos, man.
So
I'd
actually,
sell my kidney.
I know some people in the chats know, but actually, I just got a flying tree snake, and it was imported from Asia. And
Flying tree snake.
it didn't make it 48 hours in my house before it passed away.
It was wild caught, though, right?
I mean, yeah.
They almost always
Yeah,
are.
that's
So
unfortunate.
I did everything, and actually even had Dan that's in Asia that's actually bred the things, and he
Valeri?
was husbandry and stuff. I won't mention the company's name because they were kind of dicks to me. They're just big importers that get people that go out and get a bunch of shit and try to sell them before they die in their own hands or even try to get established or anything. So but that's not what I dealt with on the ass end of the situation. But it was really cool. I can say, like, to have something like that over in my house and have that 48 hours experience with it, really cool. The thing came out, was chilling, every damn thing, which stressed me out. I don't even know why. fast. I think it's more shock. It never got established at anywhere. So when it came from Asia all over here, then got back on a plane, and
They probably imported it and immediately sold that shit.
Oh, yeah.
The shock, and never got that.
The sunbeams have a really awful failure to thrive rate. The wild caught ones. That's why we were so thankful that ours has done so well.
Yeah.
I know that they're captive breeding them now a little bit more. You're seeing captive bred sunbeams, and apparently they do much better. The captive bred ones, they're healthier. They don't stress out about being handled like the wild caught ones do, and they'll eat, frozen thawed and stuff like that. Whereas ours, we have to scent the mice with bullfrog juice.
Frog juice.
From
So
reptiles.
Justin, basically what you're saying is what you say every week about when things happen. What do you do?
Just keep your head up, keep going. And then
Every time.
Learn from your mistakes. Figure out what went wrong.
I got some carpets on the way and shit. So, it's just, all right, I just learned from my mistake on that one. I'm not going to get into that anymore. I'm going to go another direction. I was kind of contemplating on going any damn way. So
sometimes things happen for a reason, man. Sometimes nothing you did caused the problem. I mean, we have spiders that pass away sometimes. It sucks. And we'll be like, damn, what did I do wrong? And then we look at it and we're like, nothing. We did everything right.
These ball pythons, it does the same shit. You can have a bunch of eggs and come out. Just live and learn. It's what it is. Part of it.
When you see them speed humps, speed humps, you just got to keep going over them. Right?
That's it.
Mother Nature don't care what you want, man. She ain't moving on your time.
No.
You gotta kind of go with the flow, and whatever she throws at you, it's just kind of how you take it and accept it.
Adaptability.
Yep, you're at the mercy of reality.
Mm-hmm.
But hell yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to y'all for coming out, all of y'all.
Thank you.
Even Justin.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Even you.
Hell yeah, man. Nice seeing you again.
No, but for real, James, we're gonna have you back. I'm gonna get in touch with you. And
Cool, man.
Arachnids Anonymous, AA. We're gonna, if I end up getting swept under the rug with the bug, then I might have y'all back up. I would love to have y'all back up, but I'm saying I would, might have y'all back up to give me some pointers and talk about some more different types of spiders for sure. When you do podcasts, it's never as long as you want it to be, I feel like, and that's why I like to try to have people back. Like Tori from Flukers, I've had her on so many times, and just because she's got so much information, it's like you can't get it all in one show, right? So expect to see these faces again at some point on the Sippin show.
Yeah, we're always happy to come out and nerd out.
Yeah,
for sure. And everybody in the chat, you all kick ass every week.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the support. The RWO, man, we love all the support that we've got is fucking awesome, and we couldn't do it without everybody that comes around. And speaking of RWO, like I said, Tuesday night LMK show every Tuesday night on LMK Reptiles on YouTube. Don't miss that. The RWO broadcast has a new YouTube channel specifically for the RWO show, so people don't have to worry about whose channel it's on. They don't got to look; they just know. So if you go to the RWO broadcast and hit that bell, you're never going to miss a show, RWO show. Saturday, we have the Thunderdome, which is on Blue Zombie Morphs on YouTube. It's a very cool show. He does fantasy football stuff. So if you're into football, he does like picks, chances to win, like merge, and like I think a championship. You get bragging rights for a whole year. So it's pretty cool. You go check that out. And then you always got the Sippin. They already know that. They're here. Fuck it. But hell yeah, man. And don't forget Gene Wars Halloween night on Blue Zombie Morphs channel. That's going to be fun. That's the new show. Shout out to all the sponsors. I love you. Dubby, Gaps, Vision, of course. And until next time, next week, I'm going to be recovering from a surgery. So I'm probably not going to be drinking alcohol, but we're going to be here, baby. If I got to do it from my bedroom, we're going to be here. Okay.
I was up and walking, building spider enclosures into
the hospital's
the day after surgery, man.
Well, the hospital's 2 doors down. It's literally at the top of my road where I have to go to the surgery place. So
There you go.
They said you'll be all right, so we'll see.
Enjoy your propofol.
Yeah,
It's a very magical nap.
All you got to do is tell the anesthesiologist you drank a lot of green tea, and they'll get you accommodated to the right.
And if you're a ginger, they usually give you a little bit extra.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be in La La Land.
Yeah, 10, 9, where am I?
Yeah.
You wake up and your fucking kidneys are gone.
Yeah, right?
It's
Someone
gone.
fucking kidney.
You wake up from surgery.
You got to pay for it somehow.
You all kick ass. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time.